But yeah, I mean, you want to play Half-Life Alyx on your PSVR 2? That's pretty awesome.
That is cool that you can do that.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Dogcast. I am filling in for Tyler. We're all filling in for Tyler. Tyler, he is taking some much-needed R&R.
Yes.
So I am going to spearhead the news this time. My name is Brad. You know me. Dylan, what's up?
What show is this? It's Hair of the Dogcast.
This is the Dogcast number 148. 148.
See, I'm already doing a better job. I'm Dylan, obviously. And with us we have special guest.
I'm Stoy in his chair. This is weird.
You're used to being over there.
I know. And then sometimes I'm there.
What other episodes have people heard you on?
Tons of them.
Yeah, I know I was big on one of the Castlevania ones.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, one of the Castlevania retrospective ones.
Those were good. Those were good episodes.
It was fun to go back into some of those old ones, especially the PS2 Castlevania games.
Lament of Innocence. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I never played that game longer than 5 hours, but I still love it so much. I don't know. It's also got just a banger soundtrack, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then I think we talked about some of the GBA ones, too, in that episode.
Sure.
Yeah, Aria of Sorrow.
Yeah.
No, was it
GBA and DS?
Dawn of Sorrow is the DS one.
It's weird how that series has more legs as a mobile game almost than otherwise. There's like at least the Metroidvania style. It's all like portable now.
Yeah.
Yes. We're talking the news. Got the news today. There's a one bigger piece of news.
Pull up Kotaku.
Kotaku. There's one bigger piece of news, but it's going to kind of segue right into PlayStation, so I'm going to save that one for last. Or start off with the Borderlands film. Bombing horrible. Now, I didn't know it was directed by Eli Roth, which was a surprise to me.
It's directed by Eli Roth. They don't
quote unquote. Directed by Eli Roth.
I heard it was directed by him. For some reshoots, they had a different director come in.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Yeah,
They wanted to make it more Guardians of the Galaxy, I imagine.
And there's a lot of different writers, and some writers are not being like credited or choosing not to be credited.
Well, the weird way that it works in Hollywood is that when you write something and it goes through script forming, and if it gets passed to more and more people, you can get certain types of credits. And sometimes, depending on what you added and what is kept in the story, there's like a legal definition of whether or not it's a story by or written by.
Or additional dialogue by. Or
Exactly, yeah.
There's a lot of specific rules they have to follow.
It's kind of wild.
And some people are like, that's fine. You don't have to put my name on it.
Honestly, I think it would be kind of a pockmark on a writer's career to have this.
Well, I mean, one of the writers they brought in is one of the writers for the Last of Us TV show. It's usually never the writer's fault whether something is good or bad.
No.
It comes down largely to if the director has creative control or the producer or who's going to be able to control the money flow. They test it with one audience. And they say, we know you like your Suicide Squad film, but the trailer that is directed by a music video maker, people like it more. So we're just going to have it be a music video now. And yes, Eli Roth's directed Borderlands film debuted with a Rotten Tomato score of 0.0.
Wow.
I think it's up to 3 or 5% now, though.
It's at 7.
Is that 7? Ooh.
It's up to 10 as of this morning.
Okay.
Oh.
What are the positive reviews? I'm so fucking curious. Because
I don't know, man.
You just have to have.
I don't want to look at them.
So you just only the way Rotten Tomatoes works, and I'm sure everyone knows, is that you just have to have a net positive thought on the film to get it above that, and then that's what's put in the aggregate. Because nobody's giving this 0.
Because there's critics and then there's audience. The critics started off with 0.0. Since it's moved up to a 10%, which means 1 out of 10 critics say they enjoyed it enough to like it. Oh. And 9 out of 10 said they didn't. And audience score has it at 50%. Now, audience can mean a lot of different things. I know, like, I just watched Tarot recently on Netflix. I think it was Netflix. And that movie does not have a good Rotten Tomatoes score critically, but audience is like, it's fine. And to me, it's like Cabin in the Woods, but it doesn't realize how much it's critiquing horror.
Well, I mean, notoriously horror fans, they aren't exactly like picky all the time.
No, there's good bad, and then there's good, and then there's bad.
Well, and then some people just
there's not a lot
of
good.
No, there's not a lot of good.
Yeah,
and then I think Tarot is very much just good bad. It's super schlock.
I think I'm gonna watch that with Jordan. Yeah,
we were laughing a lot, and it's got some really cool designs for some of the creepy crawlies.
Oh, that's cool.
Which that's all I need, and I laughed, which is a good thing. It's
it
almost seems self-aware. It's so leaning into the bullshit.
So I read tarot. I do it for fun. I don't fucking believe.
But do you
in
ever
any
read
of it.
tarot for horoscopes?
No, that has nothing to do with that.
Because this movie, that's the point.
That's not a thing.
Well, and also,
Wait, horoscopes are like telling the future or something like
Horoscopes
that, right? Horoscopes
has to do with astrology.
Yeah, I thought tarot cards was like, you drew the death card, you're gonna die.
It's kind of
We're
like
all
that.
gonna die.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah, you should watch it. Yeah, but
Man, I should have brought my deck. I could have done a reading for you.
Nah, I'm good.
not after that movie. Yes, featuring Oscar winners Kate Blanchett and Jamie Lee Curtis, as well as Kevin Hart, Jack Black, and Ariana Greenblatt. You might know her as young Ahsoka or young Gamora. She's up and coming.
Who knows now, huh?
Yep,
Yeah, right.
It is currently the 10th worst video game adaptation on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow, 10th though. That's
Mortal Kombat Annihilation still the worst.
No, it isn't, but it's low. I think Dead or Alive is the worst.
Dead or Alive.
Dead or
is
Alive was
supposedly
pretty bad.
I've
That was
never
pretty
seen
bad,
it.
yeah.
I don't know. Some of the things
House
I read,
of the
like
Dead is down there too. You know,
Kevin Hart's supposed to play like the straight man.
Roland, which is like he's a buff big
He's
black
tall, yeah.
marine guy.
And he's as tall as Tiny Tina. And you have Kate Blanchett, lovely, wonderful actress. She's playing like a 20-year-old.
I know, but she in that little getup. I'm sorry, I don't want to objectify.
I mean,
her,
yeah,
but
she
she's
nailed that,
smoking-
yeah.
she's smoking hot.
did you hear what she said about it too? I think that like she was trying to do post like interviews of the movie, and she's just been saying, yeah, I mean, it's not Citizen Kane,
That's fine.
like because people are asking like,
Did she do this for fun? Did she owe someone a favor?
Maybe she did it for fun. Maybe she wanted to like...
She kind of alluded that, and I think some of the answers that she gave, she was like, "It's just a fun movie. It's not." I think she said like, "It's not art, but it's fun."
Yeah.
And sometimes it's fun to wear crazy outfits and be on crazy set design.
Yeah,
I've
cosplay a little bit.
I heard good things about Jack Black's Claptrap, whatever.
Claptrap,
yeah.
That's the only positive thing.
Well, all he's doing is voice acting.
And I think there were even 2 artists that weren't even credited for their contribution to his design too.
yeah.
That was another big one.
I guess you should do video games that are still relevant when you make a movie adaptation.
I think that's the biggest issue here. Borderlands 3 didn't even sell that well.
I heard Tiny Tina's Wonderland supposedly did okay.
Yes, I hear that one did very
Maybe
well.
maybe it did
because-
better because they dropped the Borderlands name. Because I saw it, I'm like, this looks fine.
Well, it's based off of a DLC from Borderlands 2, where it's like a Dungeons and Dragons style thing. And Dungeons and Dragons is only getting more popular. So people, and for some reason, people like Tiny Tina. I don't really get it. It's a little too
She's got-
LOL meme humor from the internet. It's Reddit humor. I just
Yeah,
can't.
kids, dude.
Yeah, it's
I just
That's the teens are the ones liking it. We're the ones that are outdated.
I know adults who love Borderlands.
no,
that's
no.
not
It is
good.
the children who are wrong.
It's always the children.
I'm
who
not
are
wrong.
You haven't lived. You haven't felt pain.
Until you stood up and they were like, "No, it's not me. It's the children who are wrong."
Speaking about pain, 200,000 people fucked a bear.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a way to start a new story.
1 year since we landed in the world of Baldur's Gate 3, Larian Studios is celebrating by releasing an infographic with a whole bunch of interesting stats from the game. 1.9 million players turned into a wheel of cheese. 141,660 players have conquered honor mode, which I would love to do that. I don't have
should.
the time for it.
Honestly, it's the way to play it.
Have you done it? You have a set of gold dice?
No, I don't
Then you
have
did-
that.
then you didn't do
I
it.
didn't beat it.
Oh, okay.
I started it.
Okay.
It's a long game, dude.
I know, and honor mode is crazy.
And there are some fights where I had to get really fucking creative, and characters have died in that playthrough for me. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Over 93% chose custom avatar instead of using one of the pre-made ones.
Why would you choose a pre-made?
Yeah, why would you? Yeah.
Well, if you really love Asterion, you could have an Asterion game. And I could imagine things
just
would be
feel
different
like-
if you're Asterion responding to everything. I don't know. I would be curious if I was the person that did 8 playthroughs of the game.
But if you start as one of these like other characters, you then have to like define what the characters are, and I'd rather just do that myself.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'd be curious how they dialogue has changed, how situations are changed, but I don't have another 100 hours to spend.
I mean, I already know who my gnome bard is because he's basically me in this world.
Except less cute.
Honestly, my gnome bard is pretty hot, so I don't know.
15% of those picked the Dark Urge. There's been 75 million companion kisses.
They count the kisses in like a ticker.
That's weird.
Shadowheart has received 27 million. Asterion has received 15 million, and the lowest number of kisses is Minthara. But also, I didn't even know that
Karlach didn't get any kisses?
No, I did the top 2 and then the bottom. Karlach, I'm sure, is number 3.
Oh, God, because she's the best.
She is the best. Yes, Minthara had the least number of kisses.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Now, 200,000
Because most people kill her.
Now, many people had sex with Halsin, and when you do, you can opt to have him be in bear form. 200,000 people had sex with the bear. Good for you.
I mean, you know.
And the surprising stat, the last one, only 34 players achieved the unique ending for Lae'zel's avatar when you choose to have her kill herself after Vlaakith rejects her ascension. Only 34 players have gotten that ending.
Wow.
Yeah, why would you want to kill Lae'zel?
Especially if she was your avatar the whole game, but
I don't, yeah.
It's interesting though that only 34 in the entire game have done that.
Well, people like Lae'zel.
That's almost the peak,
amount of
that's almost the
cosplay.
peak number of players of Suicide Squad.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
That was peak, yeah. I think I was one of those 34 at one point, too.
Did you get it like
yeah.
day one?
Yeah, I did.
Why did you do
We
that?
talked about it.
That's such
Yeah,
a waste of
I think the
money.
last time I was here, I talked about it because
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
you
I just
did.
like, someone mentioned the word Suicide Squad and I started to visibly shudder.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, God. Because I beat it. I
hear-
played it all the way through.
I
And
hear
everything.
Mr. Freeze is a lady.
He can, that's the option.
Okay.
That's the option.
It's the option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some little small bits of news. Bethesda has become the first Microsoft game studio to fully unionize and has been recognized by Microsoft, so good for them.
Good work.
Good work.
EVO 2024 happened. It is the biggest EVO in the event's history. Happened last month with more than 10,000 competitors in games like Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Guilty Gear Strive, and Mortal Kombat 1.
Nice.
There was also like a whole bunch of fighting game news that doesn't mean a lot to me.
Mortal Kombat 1 is pretty divisive with the fan base, and it was on sale just recently. I almost got
Mortal
it for
Kombat
my
1 went
Steam
woke.
Deck.
That's why.
It went woke.
It went woke.
How'd it go woke?
I think a lot of the character designs a lot of people don't like.
Oh.
Oh no.
You know, well,
Less
it's the whole.
titties?
It's the
So Goro's a Democrat and that made people mad?
yeah, pretty much. Goro said something about trans rights once, and like all of a sudden the internet just went into a frenzy.
Goro has always been a big advocate.
No, I think the big one is that I think they race swapped one of the characters, and I think they made some of the like the whole we talked about this with Stellar Blade,
Nightwolf.
where it's like
they made him just a white guy.
Nightwolf's a white guy.
Nightwolf
And he
now
says,
white.
I'm 1/16. Sorry.
That's enough for me.
Well, Nightwolf used to be Indian, but now he's a white guy.
Yeah.
So God, fucking stupid. Now he's white.
Now he's white. You got to pick.
All of a sudden, a couple years ago,
A couple years ago, Nightwolf started identifying as a Native American. He used to be Indian. So
where'd that come from?
God fucking damn it. So dumb. Game Informer, after 33 years in operation, was closed down by GameStop.
That makes so much sense. It's
As somebody who can see his collection of Game Informer magazines, no one gets them physical anymore. I think they only do it like quarterly now.
You have to like do some weird because I was getting them physically for years until like a couple years ago, where all of a sudden just Game Informer or GameStop, one of them were just like, yeah, we're just changing it to digital, and I was like, well, no, I want how come you're just changing it to digital?
The biggest issues are, I think a lot of the staff weren't aware of how fast this was happening and they were laid off.
No, just on a Friday.
And also GameStop has removed all access to online articles, which is the biggest problem.
there's no archive of them.
Nope.
Nope.
Anything you link to Game Informer, it takes you to the sorry, people
Oh, yeah.
were closed.
Okay.
That letter. Hopefully that changes. There's no reason to erase good articles.
Just put it out there for free, because you know those like small articles where, like, I remember reading Game Informer all the time. I remember being excited when it showed up at my house in the early 2000s, and I would just sit there, take a 30-minute dump, read through the articles I wanted to.
It's the best time to read a game magazine.
God, I love shitting and reading.
Ladies, that's what we're doing in the bathroom for 30 minutes, by the way.
That's actually how we podcast. We have 3 toilets facing each other right now.
Yeah, it's true. I'm shitting as we speak.
Now he's a white guy.
Now he's awake.
4 years ago, he wasn't.
Night Wolf, not black.
It's
So
funny to me though.
dumb.
I love those little articles where they would play a game that was really bad, and they obviously got like the little shit kicker journalist to do it.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, I don't understand anything that's going on with this. Like, why does this exist? Why am I even writing this? Like,
I love those
Sometimes
articles.
it would go. Sometimes it would go like demented, and that's the shit I liked. I mean, the big articles. I liked the interviews that they did. I liked I liked like their coverage of certain games and games as an artistic medium, like the big
just
like,
seeing
front
art
cover shit.
Just seeing art assets back in the
Yeah.
day. You couldn't. There wasn't. Before the proliferation of the internet culture, I used to know when games were coming out based on EGM, on GamePro, on Game Informer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I would know. Like, I'd see 5 pictures of Suikoden 3. I'm like, what the fuck is this duck in this game, dude? I need to know more. And
It's no shark people, the Shiarks.
the sharks. They used to be sharks.
They used to be sharks.
Now they're
But now they're humans.
Now they're sharks.
Now they're humans. Their faces go up.
Makes no sense. Stolen
Yeah, that
valor.
was the last giant, though. Like,
That's the last one.
yeah, really.
It truly is. I mean, do you even see like there are hobby magazines are the only thing now that you see that's
And
anything dork related.
It's like there's a couple letters you can find in like a Barnes & Noble, like Edge or Retro, and they're like $20, and they come out like once a quarter, and they're great.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to spend that much on a magazine generally.
I subscribe to Old School Gamer. It's kind of like a crowdfunded magazine that just they talk
that's
about
cool,
like
though.
old school retro games. There's like a team of like 15 artists, and
There's always a Billy Mitchell circle jerk section, though.
yes, at pretty much every issue, a Billy Mitchell circle jerk.
Because the owners
And who's the
getting-
judges? The judge guy that follows him around all the time. What's his
Walter
name?
Day?
Walter Day. That's it. Yeah.
Hey, I love Walter. He wished me happy birthday on Facebook. Walter's my boy.
Okay.
You're really easy to please.
It's when Master Pacina and Walter Day say happy birthday on Facebook, I'm like, okay. And Ed Freeze said congrats on my wedding post.
Ooh,
I'm like, that dude made the 3DO.
nobody
Part of the wedding.
Nobody posted on my Facebook.
That's
Yeah, I didn't get
It doesn't
anything like that
exist.
either. Yeah, jeez.
I quit 8 years ago.
Game
for you.
Gamescom is coming up August 21st through 25th. We will, I'm sure, our next Dogcast will be covering a lot of
Yeah,
Gamescom
absolutely.
stuff. But the final bit of news before we get into console critters is Bungie. Bungie is not doing well at the moment.
No, they are not.
Bungie confirmed on July 31st that it was laying off 220 employees due to rising costs of development and industry shifts and economic conditions. A whole bunch of fancy talk for we're not doing well, we're laying people off about it.
Well, Destiny, I'm a little perplexed as to how Destiny has survived this long. I know that they have a rabid player base that it's the only game it's the only game they play. Mm-hmm. And then they just do it and they get in there and they fuck around with it. And I'm sure they make lots of money with their microtransactions as well. My question here is how many people could possibly be playing Destiny 2, which came out 8 years ago?
It's weird when you say it like that. I didn't realize it's been around that long.
8 years ago.
Well, and I was reading a stat that every expansion they've done is less successful than the one before. There's fewer and fewer players.
Well, they're just not making anything interesting because I got back in when Forsaken came out and they fixed a lot of the issues with the base game itself. And I played probably for 3 months solid, just really enjoying my time with it. And then shit kind of peters out. And there wasn't a steady stream of this because there's only so much running and gunning you can do in a video game until it gets like stale.
If you don't have a good crew,
Yeah.
if it's not just you and your homies talking and goofing off,
Yeah.
that game doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
That's what it is.
Because I played single most of the time. I would get on raids and it would be fine, but you get griefed all the time. It's the same reason I don't really like MMOs, because you have to rely on other people to get the job done, and no thanks.
Yep.
And they don't make it easy for new players to come in.
No.
Like, if you're talking about a live service game that you want to last a long time, you want to make it enticing for new players, because every Destiny player that I've talked to has said, you're going to lose so much lore, you're going to lose so much content that's just unplayable or not understandable. You got to go to a website to even know what's going on in the world now.
Codex cards.
Yeah. So there's no incentive for new players to come in. Even if like I used to play Destiny 2, I think for the first year and a half it was out.
Sure.
I was in it with friends doing raids and stuff. But like if I were to stop and then come back, I mean, completely different game. I would have no idea what's going on.
It's just daunting. And it's the same way now for Final Fantasy 14 players. Like there are like 5 expansions. In order to get to that new content, you have to play through every expansion leading up into it, because it's a continuous story.
Right.
You won't know what's going on if you just jump straight to it. I mean, the story isn't great. I mean, and Destiny 2 also doesn't have a great story, but when you go back to the Citadel?
But Nathan Fillion.
Well,
that's
he dies in Forsaken.
Spoiler alert.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Dinklebot.
Dinklebot.
Poor Dinklebot.
Remember the wizard came from the moon?
That wizard came from the moon.
It's great.
Sorry, that was probably too much energy.
Yeah, you got to dial that down a bit.
The team will be further integrated into PlayStation Studios as a further 155 workers move from Bungie to Sony. We are working with PlayStation Studios leadership to spin out one of our incubation projects, an action game set in a brand new science fiction fantasy universe, to form a new studio within PlayStation Studios to continue its promising development, said Parsons. Work on Destiny 2 and Marathon will continue under Bungie. Now, it is feared that Bungie's failure to meet financial goals could result in Sony taking complete control over the company. Sony acquired Bungie back in 2022, if you had forgotten, and they might have been overpromised the success Bungie could deliver. Bungie was purchased by Sony for $3.7 billion.
I think it's just name brand recognition that they were buying.
I think it was kind of a knee-jerk reaction to like Microsoft's out there scooping stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a good idea at the time. There's also reports that Bungie would have gone under if they weren't acquired. Mm-hmm. Things were that dire.
I'm putting my money in that basket.
Yeah.
I think Sony just came in and saved their ass.
Bungie's CEO, Pete Parsons, it was revealed the day that these layoffs were announced, recently spent over $2.3 million buying classic cars online.
Oh, huh.
That's the bad.
How rich you got to be that you're buying a car just like willy-nilly online?
And you can see the cars. I was thinking about printing them off just so you could see what the cars are, because you actually would have a point of reference a little bit now, Dylan.
Oh yeah, I really got into Gran Turismo.
Sick.
Yeah, I'm really fucking into it.
And we're going to talk about it with what we've been playing, because I know you guys will both want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Allegedly, Bungie is moving away from large-scale expansions, and the word expansion is no longer being used internally at all anymore.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, the final shape just came out. And that seems to be kind of like a curtain call.
Yes, content pack is the new word. Now, I've been reading
that is a disgusting phrase.
Content pack? Ugh.
That hurts.
I've got
expansion is so beautiful and mystical.
Right, It sounds like content so much. Pack. Yeah, content pack sounds like 3 skins, a dance emote, and a something.
It sounds like the difference between
palette,
It sounds like a difference between a really great meal at a nice restaurant and army rations.
a content pack is add $1 for bacon. Not the expansion of would you like a dessert.
Yeah.
I actually started reading my Halo book from 3rd edition, like the making of the Halo series, and the first 50 pages are just talking about how Bungie formed. And it's so interesting to hear about these 2 dudes like working in crackhead Chicago and having people steal their shit trying to make Mac games. And there's this one part where Jason Jones said he realized that employees are now relying on us to pay for their families and their welfare and need to take it seriously. And it's just weird. When you live so long, you become the villain. Like Jason Jones.
Buying the cars.
He wasn't the one who bought the cars, but the people that are getting laid off, it falls on him.
You said he was buying classic cars?
Pete Parsons was.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so he's probably got a Stingray in there.
And there was this whole article about how great Marty O'Donnell is in that book, too, because he's the composer of Halo, and he's a great fucking composer, but now he's like a Republican congressman. He didn't even make the primary, though.
Yeah, well, he tries.
It's just...
It's internet.
I hate watching
internet
people...
brain rot. That's all it is. It's us having trouble getting to the singularity. That's all this is. It's us not being able to cope with the fact that we're going to be like transhuman at some point. Our minds can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
We're all going to be uploaded to a computer at some point.
It's true.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Yeah.
But would it even be you?
But since we've been discussing PlayStation, I'm going to throw it over here to our guest Spartacus Plus Premium.
Console critters. Console critters.
Console critters are the best. Arf, arf, arf.
Yo, call me Spartacus because I'm all up on this.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
Dude, that could be an Olympic sport.
Yeah.
Do you guys see
Just
the
kind of flounder around on the floor. Just
I fucking love the breakdancing.
Did you see the Australian breakdancer who acquired the 0.0?
I fucking loved that.
What was she doing there?
Well, I think
they're physically like in Paris. Like
I heard it was kind of a slapdash breakdancing thing getting added at the end,
okay.
And a lot of the breakdancing community doesn't support the way things are chosen in Australia.
Well, it's a counterculture form of art.
If she was aware what she was doing, then I would be very happy for her.
Honestly,
otherwise, I feel bad for her.
There were some moves where she was gliding her head across the ground, and she did it a lot, and I was like, "That's kind of cool."
Yeah. No. If I saw her do this in the club, I'd be like, "You look like a really good drunk white person at dancing."
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Let me pick you up off the floor now.
She used to identify as a breakdancer,
and then all of a sudden, 4 years ago, she changed.
and now she's a meme.
Now, yeah.
Well, now she can probably get famous like the Hoktua girl.
I prefer Hoktua to Hoktua.
Yeah, Hoktua.
The Hoktua?
The Hoktua girl.
It sounds like
Hoktua
sounds
is
like-
more elegant.
It's something
does.
you get in a French brothel.
Well, when you got to say it fast, I don't need those hard consonants and
The Je ne Hoktua.
the Hoktua.
Get that on a shirt. So, PlayStation news. If you're an extra fan or if you're an extra customer, you got some new games coming out for you, which I actually finally started going through the premium games because premium's got a lot of old school PS2 stuff I didn't know was on there.
A lot.
Yeah, I got Odin Sphere a couple months ago. I got Jeanne d'Arc.
Yeah, that's a good
on
one.
there?
Yep. I downloaded Wild Arms 4 recently.
Oh, no shit, that's on there?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's cool. Yeah. I never played the Wild Arms series, but I think I watched a couple of videos on it recently, like randomly, and just.
So what I've been finding is that they have like basically a classics collection. They never advertise it.
Never.
They could have a little tab that says like, "Hey, want to get old school?" And I think they could make a lot of fucking money because
It's not properly advertised.
So I found out that Valkyrie Profile is just hanging out on the PlayStation 5 library, and I can just play it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't what?
I think
know.
Xenogears is on there too.
Xenogears is on there. Yeah.
It is, yeah. Because,
Symphony of the Night, the original, not the PSP one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's wild. So if you're a premium customer or a premium service user, check it out because like you got to like you said you got to really
dig.
scroll down and you got to dig to find that classics tab. So, but anyway, if you're an extra customer, you can also download now Remnant 2. So basically, what is
I kind
it?
of liked Remnant 1.
Yeah, it's Dark Souls with guns. Is that a right?
That is probably the best way of putting it.
Right. Yeah, but more
Maybe
co-op
more
focused.
Bloodborne with gun.
Yeah, I think it's more co-op focused too. So, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
So,
well,
you want to live the legacy of Zach?
Can't do it.
No,
Did it once. Can't go back.
it was rough. It was rough going through a second time. I'll tell you that much.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, after the third part of the remake trilogy, I don't think I could ever go and see Cloud Stripe's stupid head again.
No one once mentions Angeal anymore. What happened to that guy?
Yeah, right. He followed his dreams.
Or Genesis.
It's true.
Gacked.
Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord, which this has been making the rounds for
I've
some
heard
reason. What is it? Like just like a town building game, RTS strategy too?
Kinda. No, I think it's more of like a first person sword battler. Like,
okay.
Like old Warfare.
Well, what game was I thinking of? Anyway,
It's fine.
okay. No More Heroes 3.
I could be mistaken.
Nightwolf used to be Indian.
And then all of a sudden, I'm just getting all this
Let's
mixed
just keep
up.
drinking from it till we die.
So funny to me.
Someone already shat in that well.
So Travis touchdown and a lightsaber. If you don't know those references, if you play this game, I think you'll be in for it.
I hear the third one's pretty good.
Yeah,
More like Night Woke.
right.
I'm sorry, I'm done.
No More Wokeness 3.
Brad Limbaugh over here. Brush Limbaugh.
Sure.
Alex Rhodes. Pathfinder: Way of the Righteousness. The Jackbox Party Pack 9.
Oh, that's a good one, actually. Yeah, that's got some bangers on there.
Party Pack 9?
Yeah,
Okay. Really?
I think. I don't own it.
All of them are good
Yeah, I mean,
in various degrees. It's
I
like it's like a Mario Party game.
What's your favorite Jackbox game?
I don't know.
I
Design
don't
a
know
T-shirt's the one I remember the most.
okay.
Yeah, that one's pretty popular. I like the Civic Doodle.
I like the pun.
Okay, well, it's fine.
Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. I think this was like a Switch exclusive for a little bit, wasn't it?
No, it was. I think it was multi-platform. No, it wasn't. This came out a while ago. I think this was a Wii exclusive. Then it was ported to PlayStation 2.
Oh, okay, got it.
Or PlayStation 3 and all the other shit.
Because I know one of these was like Switch exclusive for a little bit, but it may not have been one of these two.
No, that was the weird top-down isometric No More Heroes, which came out about 2 years ago, like
Okay.
a year before the No More Heroes 3.
Got it.
Confusing shit.
Yes. Deadcraft and Sleep.
Jesus
Those are games.
Christ. Can people come up with better names?
Right?
No.
No.
The focus testing says simple names work the best.
I hate one-word names for things. I'm like, that's not descriptive.
Control.
Control's very good though, and it's about
That's
the
an
Bureau
exception,
of
yeah.
Control rules.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Ugh, that is still a bad name.
If you're a premium member, you have access to Jeanne d'Arc,
Jeanne d'Arc.
based on a true story about.
No, I mean, not really.
Joan of Arc was a real person.
Yeah, but I don't think this story. Yeah.
I mean, it mimics things, but
Coen Brothers put based on a true story in front of all of their movies.
Yeah. Right.
Not all of them, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
dot loosely, and then
They don't say loosely. They say these events actually happened. We changed the names. Fargo.
Oh yeah. Okay.
so
My dad was very upset at the end of it when I said it didn't actually happen. He's like, what the fuck?
Ratchet and Clank Size Matters, Summoner. I've always
Summoner,
PSP
the PS2 game.
yeah.
One
yeah.
of the debut PS2 games.
God damn it, no.
I kind of want to play it.
Oh,
Because I have a feeling it's a real train wreck.
It probably is like when you play it now because this is like a third person action adventure game. I think.
I don't think it was good when it came out.
No, I don't recall. So and then Job Simulator for the VR. So finally getting some VR games on the PlayStation Premium.
they have more than you think. They
Job
last
Simulator's really
week,
fun, too.
Or last month they put Humanity on there. So,
oh yeah, that's right.
yeah,
That weird game.
it's strange. I haven't touched it.
Yeah.
I kind of don't like the idea of herding giant groups of people around. It feels
Right.
Boring.
Just yeah.
But you're also a dog, which is cool.
Yeah,
yeah. It's kind of neat.
I don't know.
I like that.
I'll play anything that comes out on VR at this point.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You just start for content.
Yeah.
Big unit sales. Sony has shared its first fiscal year financials, revealing the PS5 has sold 61.7 million units overall,
Wonderful.
putting it at the 14th best-selling console of all time. You made it. You did it. You did it.
The big 14.
Just 201,000 units behind the NES.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, not bad. So, with that, there's also some big discounts coming. There are price cuts near the end of July. Had the PS5 Slim for $450 and a PSVR 2 for $350. So
I paid $550 fucking dollars.
It's already back up. They did raise the prices
Oh, they
back
went
up for
back
the
up?
VR2 at
Okay.
least.
I paid for that Horizon bundle too, like $550 for that.
That's an okay game.
It's
an impressive showcase.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like a showcase game. Just obviously,
I thought I was going to be fucking Aloy, and that's just really not what that game is.
You're not Aloy in the.
Well, you're not. It's not open world. It's
You ever try to touch?
I know it's on
super linear.
It's not like on rails, but it's on boat.
It's not on boat. Some of it's on boat, but for the most
of
part,
it's climbing.
a lot of
climbing.
a lot of fucking climbing, and the climbing is very intuitive and good.
Yep.
But if I'm sitting on my ass and I'm just going like this into the air using picks to climb, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'd have more fun watching you do it.
The bow is great, super responsive, but I don't know.
Do you know if you try to touch Aloy's face, she gives you a weird look?
Really?
Yeah.
I never tried.
Like you basically like in some of the cutscenes where she's talking and you try to reach out and touch her face, she'll like kind of like look at you all weird. It's kind of funny.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. The PSVR 2 was briefly
Tiny
up.
Tina's voice actor.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Aloy.
What about the voice actor?
Same voice actor as Tiny Tina.
No,
Ashley
isn't.
Birch.
Yes.
Yeah. Ashley Birch.
Oh, not from the movie.
Did you ever see her series? Hey Ash, what you playing?
Yeah, I've watched a few. They're pretty
No,
good.
Yeah.
I hear it's good though.
Yeah, that was her start. It was just basically like sketch comedy on YouTube with like her brother, and her dad or something like that. And it's some of that stuff is hilarious. Like Ashley is she's a pretty funny person.
Tiny Tina makes me want to poke out my eardrums with a big ice pick.
How do you really feel?
Yeah, wow.
Specifically.
Okay, all right.
I love her as Aloy. I think she's a fantastic voice actor, so I can't really begrudge her. Get your money, girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take it all the way to the bank. Yeah. So PS Stars. I still don't understand this loyalty program, so hopefully we're going to learn something today. Sony's loyalty program for the PlayStation PS Stars returns to North and South America. After some issues, it has been reworked. The program allows you to earn points when you use the PS Store, which can then be exchanged for wallet credit, games, DLC, and other digital goodies. Okay, so the same thing that the Switch is kind of doing.
Yeah, I think that's a
With
good
the
way
gold
to,
coins, yeah.
Yeah, except with the Switch, you don't have to like sign up for an extra program on top of your
No, it's
membership.
just put onto your credit card, essentially. Like, yeah.
Yep, onto your profile.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so they just put it in your wallet, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right,
You
that
can
makes
choose to use it, or you can keep building it up. I've had situations where I've gotten games for free from the
So
Switch.
is it
Yeah.
if you if you don't use it, you lose it?
No, it stays as long as that shop's open.
Got it. All right.
It doesn't expire as far as I'm aware, but I've never tested that. So
Okay. Oh, cool. These points can also be acquired through monthly gameplay challenges. So
do a jumping jack.
yeah. Okay, all right, yeah, 2 pages. Astrobot controller. The Astrobot PS5 DualSense controller pre-order went live this last Friday.
Sold out already too.
Oh God, I was going to
I
say I didn't
want
hear
it.
about this.
No one told me.
No one told me either.
I'm so excited for this fucking video game. I could cream my fucking pants.
Yeah.
It's in my top 5 games I'm excited for sure.
You need to bump that up.
I think it might be higher. I don't want to say something and be confidently wrong.
I just think that this game
Hollow Knight
looks
2.
so When's the last time a truly joyous game came out? The last one for me is Super Mario Odyssey. It's been a while.
Yeah.
A game that made me feel like I was going nuts out of pure joy.
Yeah.
That's the last time for me. I don't know about you guys.
No, for me, it was like one of the only games I can remember in the last like 5-10 years where I like, audibly laughed out loud with joy playing the game.
Yeah.
Like just amazing game.
That's what this looks like, though.
I can't wait. I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're all gonna be day oneers, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm still a little peeved that there's no VR mode, but I'm still here for it anyway.
I think it's good. I think if they shouldn't try and have their feet in both. Anytime that there's like an additional VR mode, it's not good.
With the exception of Resident Evil 4, but
With but
you're right.
that's an entire
And
rework
Village.
from the ground. Yeah. The only thing that can do both so far, I'd say, is a Star Wars rogue whatever that is.
Squadrons.
Squadrons.
Yeah,
That's the
Squadrons.
only one that has really worked on both fronts, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
A flight
At least
sim is
on release. Of course, Resident Evil transitions years later, and it was always great.
honestly. Have you played Resident Evil 4? The VR.
Yes.
Is it better than 8? Because 8 blew me out of the water.
It's better than 8. 8 the 8 to me felt like it was tacked on.
8 feels really good to me, though.
It does. I'm not knocking it at all, but it's like it felt like they kind of maybe just I don't want to use the phrase phoned it in, but I think they kind of tacked it on. Like, obviously it's first person shooter, so it's going to be a little easier to translate to. But
my main thing is it just did everything so well, and it also ends up being a technical showcase, but it also somehow makes the game easier.
Yes, it does. I noticed that.
I was on hard mode, and I was just blowing people away. Mm-hmm. And I guess that's the difference between having to use your thumbs to aim and actually using your arms and hands and shit.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's why playing Resident Evil 4 in VR makes you feel more like a badass. I think I was talking about it one time I was here where I was I had just played it, and I was like sharing my experiences. Like I felt like John Wick, just like spinning around and just like nailing headshots so easy, and it's just, man, it's so cool.
I love the VR.
And then you can like pull out your knife from your like chest pocket and you flip it and you stab. It's so cool.
Oh, that is so awesome.
Very good.
Yeah, very good.
Do you still have to unload the clips and then like put them in and then cock the gun back? Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so deeply satisfying.
Yeah.
And you're running with the analog stick and you're doing it the entire time and you just feel like a motherfucker. It's so good.
Well, especially in some of the moments where like you're starting to get swarmed, like it's that kind of like feeling of immersion that you're just like sweating like crazy, and it's like you're just trying to reload and you're just like,
Yeah. You get a little shaky.
Yeah. I mean, you can turn all that stuff off. Like there's so many quality of life things you can like turn on and off. So like you can make it like automatically reload and,
Oh, I wouldn't want to do that.
No way. Full immersion, 100%.
Yeah.
That's most of the time when I play VR games. Fortunately I don't get motion sick like most people, like some
Neither
people do.
yeah.
So I'm always like full immersion, turn off all the assists, everything like that. So
play the game that the developers intended for you to experience.
Yep, for sure.
Unless it's teleporting from place to place. Never liked it.
Never
Always. I'm like,
that's
I would
disorienting.
Because then you get motion sick.
I mean, your view changes.
Yeah.
And the whole point is you are in the fucking view, and then you're just over there, and then you're over there. Yeah,
it doesn't work.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
It's like cutting between scenes. It's abrupt and it's silly.
Do you guys see this Astrobot controller though?
No, I haven't.
I
Can
haven't.
you show us a picture?
I'll pull up a picture.
But I am curious. So it shares
Maybe
this
I
color
can get
scheme
one
and
second
features 2 Astrobot eyes on the touchpad.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
That's so cool. How
He's
come
such a cute little guy, too.
I know, no kidding.
Oh,
Dude,
man,
come on.
I want that. How am I going to play the game right if I don't have the Astrobot controller?
So cute.
Oh my God. I
don't
need
know
a
if-
second controller
I don't
anyway.
know if the eyes blink or anything.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. There's like a PlayStation Elite controller, correct?
Yeah. It's $130
the dual edge or
thing
something like
whatever.
that. No, I thought it was more than that.
Probably.
It's probably like 200.
Whatever it is.
But what does it do that the Xbox is there? I don't know what the special stats are on it.
I don't know either. It's probably just like the Xbox Elite. There's customizability.
Yeah, there's like back buttons. You can swap out the sticks.
So you can change out the bumpers. Then I need that for Gran Turismo until I can afford a wheel and pedal.
What you should do is just get the wheel and pedal. Why would you just, dude?
I also need a second controller.
But what you really need is the wheel and pedal, and you know that's true.
If you go down that rabbit hole, you're gonna have to buy that rack to put on it.
Don't do that.
I can
Then you're gonna have to pick a racing seat.
If
I can build
a
roll
roll
my own.
cage at home playing Gran Turismo.
Honestly, I do need it to kind of shift. There are some issues with the game in terms of momentum because you can't read the road based on physical motion.
Are you trying to order the Astrobot controller right now?
I was looking on eBay just out of curiosity.
How much?
It's 150 actually. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
Compared to what it costs?
70?
Yeah, it's like
probably 60, 70 bucks. So
Yeah.
it's not surprising.
Interesting.
I
Yeah,
guess there's one other one.
You know what? They'll probably pop back up if they're popular.
I would hope so.
I don't think they will.
I don't know.
You fucking no. Don't.
That's a
say
Nintendo.
bad
That's a
things.
Nintendo move where they'll put it up for like a week and then
Yeah, but
No, Sony knows
Controllers
Sony
though,
wants you.
controllers though are a different beasts. They go into production and then they go out of production.
Well, the way that Joy-Cons break so easily, it's just. I mean, they have to keep making that shit.
right. Yeah.
I wasn't even sure if this was worth mentioning in the news, but
So Concord, Another live service. I like how new Anthem style multiplayer shooter with Guardians of the Galaxy S characters. That's an interesting.
That makes me
description
want
of
to
it.
puke.
Yeah,
That's 100% what. That's 100% what it is.
but you're right. You're right because I got that from the trailer that they showed. It's like was it Guardians of the Galaxy, but like. I mean, I was going to more so
It's the
say
Our Family
Overwatch,
brand. Our Family. Oh, Overwatch would probably be better than Anthem.
but
I get my garbage games mixed up in my head sometimes.
Overwatch was fun for the first year.
yeah.
Okay, Overwatch is a better way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna stick with this Anthem style multiplayer shooter.
Clearly,
so,
I know a lot about Anthem.
Yeah, yeah. You still have that free copy I gave you,
It's
right?
sealed though. I would never.
It's gonna go up in price one day. You watch.
I'm gonna get it graded. It'll go up to $4.
Yes.
Do you think they're gonna like go to New Mexico and dig a big pit?
I hope so.
I really hope so. Yeah.
Fucking. I would love to get one of those Pit ET cartridges,
Yeah, I know a few people who have done it.
dude. I watched the Key and Peele movie Keanu last night, and Rockafire explosions in it.
Yeah, man.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I've seen Keanu.
It's pretty good.
It's not bad. The cat talks like Keanu Reeves.
It's funny. Sorry. Back to Concord.
The open beta on Steam has everyone feeling a little concerned, pulling in a peak of 2,388 players and as low as 557. It's doing better than Suicide Squad. Sony doesn't share numbers, but this release is looking like it is in trouble. So, are we starting to feel the fatigue here of these live service action games?
Yes.
Yes.
I think most people are.
Yeah.
You either have to have a stellar game from the outset. It has to be appealing visually. It has to be appealing on the core gameplay. That is eventually, it's just going to be a loop.
Yeah.
That's how Fortnite won.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't hook the people, and if they're already playing a bunch of these other things, you might as well just make something different because you're not going to fucking take them away from Fortnite.
Yeah.
You're not going to take people who are diehard Overwatch players away from Overwatch, even though Overwatch 2, by all accounts,
You may
sucks.
pull them a little bit, but they're going to go right back. They're going to
Yeah,
be like,
you're-
okay, Concord was fun for like a couple weeks. Now
Well,
I'm back.
look at Helldivers. It had a
Helldivers
chance.
is at a huge drop off from what I understand.
I haven't played it in months,
Yeah.
and I enjoy the game. I don't see a reason to go back to it because they're not giving me any content really.
Just like, I'm exhausted of live service stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't have time for it.
yeah. All your cam girls.
And I think that's the problem because a lot of these
expensive.
games have probably been in development for years when
live
everyone
service.
wanted to jump in on this bandwagon of live service games.
Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty good. Plus Overwatch.
That movie came out fucking 10 years ago. I feel old as
2014,
dirt.
right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sucks.
No, that's good.
It's fine. I don't.
At least
like
you're aging good.
well. I mean, I'm doing okay.
You
I
look better
lost
than you did
weight.
back then.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's probably
think.
not true.
Well, you're the king of the limbo. You set the bar very low.
I look.
Ah,
I probably looked a lot sadder.
you look really healthy right now.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You look like shit.
Yeah, you gotta look how you feel.
I'm sorry. I just had to make the joke.
I used to identify as a good looking.
you walked right into that one though. Like, let's be real.
Oh, I'm on fire today.
Do we want to do Ninfrendo next or chat Xbox?
I'll tune in Friendo. I don't even know what I could possibly fucking talk about.
I found a couple of things, but Ninfrendo is always just
It's just like, just waiting.
It's
We're
just-
whating for the Switch 2.
in non-first party news. Nothing.
All right. So the Switch Online expansion pack editions are Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team for the GBA. That's a good game. I have played it. 3 different Starfy titles.
Starfy's supposed to be pretty good.
Starfy's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Okay.
We also have coming up The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, which actually looks pretty fucking cool. You're Zelda and you're saving Link.
With a magic wand.
That transforms things into other things, which could make a really awesome gameplay loop for like puzzle solving.
super creative, and I think
it looks great.
I mean, it's in the realm of Tears of the Kingdom, where it's like give somebody a big fucking crazy sandbox, and then they'll make their own fun.
and it has the style of the Link's Awakening remake.
Yeah,
Because they better use that engine again, because that looks great as all balls.
I did see the second trailer and Zelda rides a horse.
So
It looks so fucking cute.
oh, okay. I'm like, what is he gonna say?
It looks so fucking cute.
it's so cute, dude.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, because I'm not interested in this game. I honestly want Zelda to have a sword and a fucking bow and arrow, and I just want her laying waste.
Just call it like the Sheik Chronicles or something.
Yeah, it's side story.
Yeah.
Well, apparently you can play as Link at one point, and because they're the ESRB listing.
That'll make those neckbeard
But I have a
Nintendo fans happy.
I'm going to have a feeling that that's the prologue, and they're going to Metal Gear Solid to us. But they told us it's not like
They're gonna Hideo Kojima us.
I would really like it if they had New Game Plus where you play as Richter Belmont. It's like, all right, you can play through Link in the second campaign if you want, but the first one is Zelda. Yeah, I guess the rating said something about Link gameplay.
Yeah. Then we have. I'm looking forward to that game. By the way, I will probably purchase that day one, but it'll be the first time I've touched my Switch in probably 7 months.
It'll be one of the most creative Zelda games, at least in that art style, released in a long time.
I miss the top-down Zelda games.
When was the last time there was a top-down Zelda game that wasn't a remake?
That would be a Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
And that was what,
2013.
I mean, that was 30. That was 3DS. Ago? So yeah.
So yeah, this is and it looks super unique and creative. I'm excited about this one more than Luigi's Mansion 5.
We'll tell you what,
4.3 remake.
I'll buy it and I'll pass it around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the way to go about it. I have a feeling it will sell hotcakes because it's a Zelda.
Yep.
But whatever, Nintendo World Championships, a game that I actually have some interest in playing.
Is it free?
No, it is.
I thought it was free, and then you could get a physical edition if you wanted.
No, because it's like a better version of the NES remake. Remix,
which those are great. I love those.
Those are great too. But apparently, this is just a better version of it because it has all the challenges. From the actual Nintendo World Championships from years past.
I like that it took Nintendo like 40 years to realize Nintendo World Championships was a cool idea and people love it. And they're like, okay, well, I guess we'll do it.
Well, let's give them a game and make some money off this.
Sell it to 40-year-olds who remember the Wizard.
Yeah,
yeah, basically.
Have one of the trophies be a Power Glove.
There's a glitch where you can use an invisible ladder in Donkey Kong, allowing a player to top the leaderboards. I mean, these things happen. It's fucking whatever.
A lot of Nintendo news, though.
So many. Nintendo plus Crocs collaboration.
That was
get your little wigglers out.
I do like to find the dumbest.
Wait, let
Nintendo
him finish.
News
Wait, let
possible.
him finish. What? Keep going.
A new series of Crocs.
Let him cook. Let him crock. Let him crock.
Inspired by the Kanto region are coming to feet near you. 4 Pokemon designs: Charizard, Snorlax, Gengar, and Jigglypuff. Snorlax, it's done. I'll own one.
What Pokemon deserves a croc that didn't get one?
Probably an actual crocodile, like
Totodile.
Totodile. There's also Crocodile.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up, Dylan. How dare you, Dylan?
I mean, I had one-upsmanship. I love Crocodile.
Hey, Chat Xbox here. Xbox is doing great. We're not doing horrible. Additions to Game Pass last month in July: Journey to Savage Planet, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
Journey to Savage Planet is good.
It's good, yeah.
Cricket 2024. I kind of want to get it.
I kind of want to try it. Can we learn cricket?
I actually kind of get it.
That sucks.
I think I get it.
What do you think the rules are? You
gotta
smack the ball with
the batter
paddle?
hits the bowler is the pitcher, right?
Don't ask me the names of stuff. You hit the ball, and then you have to like run back and forth until the ball gets brought in, and the ball there's not like an outfield. The whole thing is an outfield, and the ball has to come back and be brought to like one of the poles, and you have to try and run back and forth as much as you can until the ball returns.
Do they just count the amount of times you've run back and forth?
Yeah,
something
is that how you
like
collect
that.
points? Okay, all right.
That's
and I think cricket is kind of like Quidditch, and I hate using Harry Potter as a reference, but games can go on forever.
Tell that to all your tattoos.
Dude, there's no way J.K. Rowling will make me feel dumb about my Harry Potter tattoos. Hagrid used to be a giant, but now he identifies as a landskeeper.
It's always been that way.
He likes a big spider.
You can't be both.
I hear that Hagrid likes big spiders.
Aragog.
Is that its name?
The voice of Aragog is, I fucking forget his name, but
Wait, the spider talks?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He was also in Star Wars, the original trilogy. He's also in Game of Thrones. He's in Indiana Jones.
What, the spider?
The guy who voices him. He's
wow.
he's low key in every big franchise. Like, dude, something Julian or something like that. I forget his name. He's awesome. The dude's
Interesting.
Great. The Case of the Golden Idol, Neon White, Tachia, Flock, Magical.
Neon White is a brilliant. Brad, you would love Neon White.
Okay,
Hands down. You would love it.
Yeah, that's a good addition to that.
tell me about it. What is it? What kind of game is it?
So it's kind of like a trial runner first-person shooter with a lot of platforming elements, but it absolutely works. It's about running and gunning as fast as you can to the end of a kind of challenging sort of map. And it's kind of just a race, and you're trying to beat your own times over and over again to get like silver, gold.
Well, also
blah,
maybe
blah, blah.
like hitting a certain score or hitting certain goals.
So you have these
That's cool.
cards.
I like that.
You have these cards that you pick up along the way, and they possess like certain abilities. Like they'll make you jump harder. You can throw your gun at people. You can do like certain bouncing techniques to like maybe bypass a certain trial in a quicker way.
Okay.
It's really good. And I've played through the entire thing, and I could talk forever about Neon White.
Magical.
Did I describe that well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've played it only I didn't play it all the way through, but that's a pretty much accurate description of it.
Once I beat Summoner, I'll check it out.
Okay. Man, it's going to take you forever to beat Summoner.
Magical Delicacy, Dungeons of Hinterberg.
That's a good one.
I've heard good things about Dungeons of Hinterberg. I almost got it on my deck,
Yeah.
my Steam Deck. Is it really like...
I think I made a comment in the Discord where
You
it was
did.
like the best Zelda game I'd played in a long time.
Whoa.
I was telling Jordan about it,
Yeah.
and I was like, Stoy says this is good, and she's like, who's Stoy? And I said, Stoy is a knowledgeable gentleman that I know.
I know my video games.
Who's this Stoy?
Who's this Stoy? Oh, I fucked him in the alley.
she should listen.
do it every weekend.
She should listen to more Hair of the Dogcast. Yeah. She doesn't hear enough of you at home.
It's only when she misses me during the day, which is getting rarer and rarer.
Why would she want to listen to you talk about Gran Turismo?
I already do that enough
today,
at
Gran
home.
Turismo?
I was already telling her about the Lego Porsche 911 I got, and I think she's at her limit.
Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn,
Also played that one.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3.
Did not play that one.
Coming this month in Game Pass, coming the month of August, we have Creatures of Ava, Crash Bandicoot, and Sane Trilogy. It's a good game. That's a safe classic game. And Mafia Definitive Edition.
Okay.
Now, in news, the Game Pass tier in price increases. As everything, if you like it, they'll charge you more for it. Starting July 10th, new updates to Game Pass took effect. These price changes will go into effect for new members only for now. Game Pass for console will no longer be available for new members. You can only get grandfathered in on that.
Wait, what?
Because there used to be an only console tier, but now whatever Game Pass you get is for both.
It's just it's all
all ultimate.
now.
Okay.
It's not all
Which is-
ultimate, but you get it's not just for console. That tier is no longer there.
But that's what ultimate is. That's for the PC.
If you want me to explain how the different tiers work, I can't do that.
I don't.
Oh,
want
because
to-
I have ultimate, and
I
I
have
get
ultimate. Yeah,
I do as well, but then there's also like
I made it work on my Steam Deck, which
Okay,
took
let
a
me-
lot of doing.
Game Pass
I heard it takes a
Standard.
while.
Game Pass Standard is a new option, which has hundreds of games to play on your console, but will not include day one releases. So this is an option where you won't get the day one stuff, but you get access to pretty much everything else. Not everything else, but pretty much everything else.
So all the stale moldy games.
Not
stuff you're digging out?
necessarily. There's great games
I know,
on there.
There are. They just disappear so often.
yeah.
Game Pass Ultimate will continue to have day one releases, specific entries to this tier, so other ones that aren't so moldy and dumb.
Yeah, like Hollow Knight.
Fucking hate Hollow Knight.
Fucking gross. I didn't
Fucking
almost
likes
get a,
Hollow Knight.
I didn't almost
Ugh.
get a tattoo of the needle on my
Oh,
finger.
I would have so made fun of you.
Yeah,
It's video game tattoos.
Hollow Knight's dumb, dude.
Yeah, so stupid.
Yeah, bro. Like, I don't care about Silk Song at all.
Dude, Hollow Knight 1 came out 25 years ago.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, man. I was like 10.
And we're still waiting for Silk Song, guys. Half-Life 3, it's coming.
Elder Scrolls 6.
guys, there's more. We didn't talk about that in the news. There's that coming up.
What?
Half-Life 3 rumors.
There's rumors.
Yeah, but this is for real.
I mean, don't get too excited.
It's for real. I can feel it.
No.
September 12th. September 12th, prices will change for existing members for us.
Never forget.
Game Pass Ultimate will go from $17 to $20, an extra $3 a month.
Jesus Christ.
That's how they get you, though, those little increments.
Yeah.
And Game Pass Core 12-month subscription goes from $60 to $75. So that's
If
for
you pay it in one
for a year.
sum, it's fine.
The FTC called out Xbox on this new tier as a degraded product in a filing with the Court of Appeals. They're still butthurt about Activision Blizzard. It claims they're exercising market power post-merger. Whatever.
Especially with the day one release thing, where it's like the core does not give you access to the day one releases. That's kind of shitty.
Well, what it is just trying to force everyone to get the certain tier they want, which
Right,
is
of course,
better
yeah.
price point for them.
I mean, I upgraded to the PlayStation Plus Elite or whatever. I did that recently because I thought that like I was going to have access to some real bangers that I didn't want to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out you're not getting all that much more. You're really getting like 3 titles more, maybe a month, something like that.
And you just get access to the classic games.
I haven't been
basically the
I
only
haven't been
difference, yeah.
utilizing them at all recently, and
I have them in my library, and I always make sure to run through and get them into the library. But after that, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to play Jeanne d'Arc. I've got no fucking clue. It's a tactics game. It looks fun, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the patience for that shit.
The Xbox 360 Marketplace closed down on July 29th.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
You were really annoying to scroll through.
It really was, and not intuitive at all.
Purchases you did make, though, will be available for re-downloading for the foreseeable future. You can't buy new things, but if you bought something on that marketplace, you can still go in and re-download it.
Not all my hentai games.
If you've already paid for them, you can still get them
Oh, awesome.
for now. In Halo news, people remember Halo?
No. Can you explain it?
The live-action Halo series has been canceled at Paramount Plus after 2 seasons.
I hear that second season did horribly in viewership.
Halo Infinite, though, has
All this material that they could have used for that TV show, and they used none of it. Why?
How do you take such an easy-to-adapt science fiction space opera and you make it stupid?
I know.
Just follow the story.
There's books.
Just do the Fall of Reach.
Yes.
Just do the Fall of Reach.
There's a whole book they could have just
Just do it.
do it.
Halo,
Guys, we have to wait 2 more years for the Battle of the Gullet.
Oh,
What's that?
Is it? I don't know what that is.
You're talking
Also
about
the dragon.
Oh, fuck.
okay.
Okay, I wasn't sure what you were talking about. Yeah,
you
two,
would know that word.
2 fucking years, man.
It's going to be 2 years till that.
The more I think about season 2, the more unhappy I get.
It's really bad.
It's really bad. Halo Infinite, though, did add a massive new Forge mode update, adding over 1,000 voice lines from Jeff Steitzer.
Okay.
Unfreaking believable. You know the guy.
Sure. no,
Multi-kill.
yeah. Sure, that's cool.
And they add campaign music to maps and a UI overhaul. Forge is one of the best things that Halo has offered. I don't know how
I remember from the older games, Forge is the coolest shit.
it was.
Camping music, like if someone's camping, like they
Campaign.
camp. Oh, I thought you said camping music.
Well, it is can be
Like that's kind of neat, you know.
Wheel
like,
the circle, be unbroken.
in butt controller in controllers with butts on them news. Wolverine and Deadpool have a promotional partnership with Xbox to release 2 new controllers with magnetic butt attachments on the back. So the front, it looks like a Wolverine skin or a Deadpool skin, but then there's like a big butt on the back.
Wouldn't
It's
the
just
magnets fuck it up?
well, it's just no, I guess it's just like a magnet attachment. And they pop off. The butt is not squishy though, which I have a problem with.
That is a huge problem.
that's a huge oversight in R&D.
Butts are naturally squishy.
Yeah.
Also, I would feel like a real loser having a Deadpool controller.
It would be fine. If with the butt on though, it might be a little embarrassing.
The butt makes it funny to a point where I actually would get it just for that.
But the Wolverine butt, I'm like, no one. Like, he's not.
Nobody talks about Hugh Jackman's butt.
No.
Well, have you seen the 6-pack he's gotten that?
I can't even. Yeah.
But it's not on the controller. And
It's
that's
not,
the
yeah.
problem. If it was his washboard abs.
How do you get washboard abs on the controller?
That'd be cool. Then those could be hard.
Yeah.
The Xbox S controller from the original Xbox, you know, they had the Duke, then they had the little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's getting a release from Hyperkin for the Xbox.
I'll take a Duke. I like the Duke.
It's not the Duke. It's the little one that they made because
no.
people didn't like the Duke. The Duke's already back.
Yeah,
I
the
like
Duke
the
was
Duke.
back for a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. I should get one.
Yeah.
And then Avowed has been delayed. Xbox's new RPG from Obsidian has been delayed to give the game more time to cook and some breathing room, which means it's just not doing well and they had to give it more time.
Well, Avowed is also a bad title. They should come up with ways
They should
to
have went with
make something more
Avowed,
interesting.
City of the Damned or something.
Yeah.
At least there's something.
Or just taking the word avowed completely out of it and then came up with something else.
Yeah. I have a feeling there's like a lore thing where they're like, these are the avowed. I don't even know what this is about. I don't even know if I've seen a trailer for this shit.
To me, it just looks like a modern age Skyrim.
Yeah, because that's what I gather. Like, you got some magic abilities, and you're the chosen one, I'm pretty sure.
Some
and
first-person
you're out to
bullshit.
basically solve everyone's problems and also, save the world at the same time.
Ugh.
I think I nailed it.
No, I think that's appropriate. I'm not against your explaining of it. I'm against what you just described.
In 40 years, we're going to be talking about Nier Automata and apologizing for the Suicide Squad stuff.
I mean, yes.
I'm still going to be kicking myself. I can't believe I played through that game.
It could have been good.
40 years ago.
You'll be telling your grandkids about it like it was the Great Wars.
I was there when Tiny Tina was born.
Teeny Tina. That's what you'll actually say. Teeny Tina.
Teeny Tina.
Okay, Grandpa.
Go back into VR. We're going to take a quick break
Grandpa's lost it, guys.
Okay, Gramps.
to grab a beer, and we'll be right back.
Slim fam out the shim sham, Grandpa. What does that mean?
Teeny Tina.
Hold up, everyone. Are you ready for a sing-along? Slow poke in a reggae style. Poke, Pokemon. Come in.
Slow. What's your story? Slow poke. Slow. What's your story?
Or beers with pineapple in them.
I love pineapple beers.
It's,
I hear it makes your cum taste good.
yes, it does. Turns it yellow, too.
And we're back.
Then we're back. Pineapple.
What have you been playing?
Stoy.
Flintlock.
The Siege of Dawn.
The Siege of Dawn.
I've looked at this. I've observed it from afar. Is it good?
It's average,
Average.
which disappointed me. And
I saw some of the reviews.
because I think I came in with high expectations, and I probably shouldn't have, because obviously it's another like Bloodborne, style game.
okay.
You're wandering around
Yeah.
the area, campsites. If you rested the campsite, obviously all the enemies respawn and all that stuff.
No. Well, that can work sometimes.
Yeah,
I've heard
and-
about a little game called Elden Ring,
Yeah, like that game just came out, didn't it?
Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Yeah, there was like where you got to erd some trees or something like that.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I don't want any business with that anymore.
Yeah.
I've retired from the world of.
From Soft.
No, if they make another Sekiro, I'd be more than happy. Though
You can't even beat the first one.
I don't care. I still play it.
Yeah, I'd still play the second one too, even though I didn't.
I want to play the first one.
Yeah,
I got to the final boss. Can't do it. I
Can't do it.
can't. I can't do it.
but yeah, I mean, it's just average. Obviously, it's only $50, so it's not like you're paying for the full $70 price.
So
Or it's
it-
on
okay.
Game Pass.
Yes, it's on Game Pass too. I bought the physical copy of it because I felt like I wanted the physical copy of this. I was
Sure.
like I said, I was kind of stoked for this. And I got like a few hours into it and I just got bored because it's pretty much like repetitively just the same thing over and
So
over
it's
again.
I felt the same way about Lies of P, but a lot of people really enjoyed Lies of P.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the case with this game.
Lies of P just couldn't keep me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I think Lies of P, if it came out before Bloodborne,
Yeah.
people would be freaking out about it.
Oh,
but
yeah,
It
yeah.
does feel a little derivative.
Well, I think that was the whole point.
Well, yeah.
The lore of Lies of P was pretty cool.
The last time I made the mistake of going into a GameStop, there was this very nice, well-intentioned, probably autistic like me, a woman who was at the counter, and she's like, "Oh, did you hear about Lies of P?" And this was like 2 years before it came out, and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't
You
get
play
excited.
as Timothy Chalamet.
I'm like 31 at this point probably, and she's like explaining it to me, and I'm like, I saw the trailer, and she's like, "You don't think that's cool?" I'm like, I don't think anything's cool until I get my fucking hands on it. I can't get excited for shit like this because I've been burned way too many times.
Isn't that a shame?
It's the worst.
yeah,
And
it
I don't
really
have
is.
I don't have hype anymore, which is okay. I don't need that. I would rather just people tell me what good things are, and I just do it.
You know what game I'm hyped for right now?
Silk Song.
Black Myth Wukong.
Oh yeah, that comes out in a week, doesn't it?
That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, that comes out in a week?
Yeah, it comes out soon, I thought.
Leaks for that game. People that have played it, like, it is a game of the year contender. Massive campaign.
Well,
What is it supposed to be like?
It's a classic Chinese myth where you play as a monkey dude.
yeah.
But what type of game is it?
To me, it looks kind of like a cross between a FromSoft and maybe Nier Automata.
I could deal.
But,
I could deal with that.
And Monster Hunter a little bit, just because like those enemies are like massive.
But yeah, people are saying it's got game of the year vibes.
I mean, it's been in development for a long time. I feel like we've been seeing trailers of this for years.
The design just speaks to me.
Yeah.
You play as
Monkey.
Son Goku?
You play as Son Goku.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a Journey to the West style.
Goku's
like
in
that.
town this weekend or next weekend?
Goku? What?
The voice actor for AnimeCon.
You just called him
I was going to say, and Goku just spontaneously showing up to Milwaukee this weekend.
And Krillin
like-
as well.
It's like, fuck, he's probably going to be hungry. He's going to eat us out of house and home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's average. It's fine. I think I came in with higher expectations. You know, the combat's easier. You know, so like if you're afraid of Bloodborne, or if you're afraid of like FromSoft games where like there's crazy. Obviously, you could change difficulty if
Where you
you
have
want,
to
but-
really learn how to parry if you really want to get good at the game.
Yeah, and this game you can block.
Okay.
And have that be your main mechanic.
That's fine.
Obviously you can't hold the block for a long time.
Stamina.
But you know, at the very least you can, you know, kind of mix everything. Because like, you know how some games it's like, okay, parry is the main mechanic of this, blocking is the main mechanic of this. You can pretty much do whatever you want. So and then obviously you got like magic abilities that you can imbue and whatever, because obviously your character has special abilities that no one else has. And
Can you tell me a little bit about Dungeons of Hinterberg? Because I am curious about this. You did say on the Discord that you really enjoyed it.
The reason why I liked it was that it's got like an interesting story where it's like you're just this kind of like young lawyer and
Lawyer?
yeah. So like it's taken place in Austria. So I think the developers are from Austria. So you go to this ski town, this ski resort town that became overrun with monsters and like demon portals and everything like that. So the town decided, hey, let's make this a tourist attraction.
Oh.
Like we got these demons wandering around the Hinterberg mountains and stuff like that. So it's like, let's just invite adventurers to come in and just like kill these people. So it's become like a resort town.
I'm into that.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool. You're meeting other adventurers, quote unquote, talking to them and just, you know, what in between missions. It's on a day structure. So like you're staying at a hotel and it's like, you know, you can wander around town the whole day if you want, talking to people, buying items, like forging relationships with people, or you could just, hey, I'm just going to go to the dungeons and I'm just going to crank out a dungeon. You could pretty much only do one dungeon a day. And the dungeons, I would say, take about like 30 to 45 minutes to finish.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It sounds like a standard 64 Zelda.
Yeah. And
Is
that's,
there a limited number of days?
I don't think so, because I've been seeing gameplay footage of like people going to like day 75, day, whatever. So
That's reassuring because I don't like time limits in games for the most part.
Just
because there's a
made me think
lot of
Persona
dungeons.
5.
Yeah, there's a lot of dungeons. So I'm led to believe that vacation becomes like, hey, I'm just going to live here.
Sure.
Because I think there's talking to people. I think there's a little bit of like kind of hidden story of just like she was stuck in the grind of working as a lawyer, just like busting her ass all day and not having fun, not enjoying life and stuff. So maybe this is
That sounds like also the developer has a very personal connection to what they're making. You know what? I saw it. It's like what, like $30?
yeah. And it's on Game Pass.
And it's on
so-
Game Pass.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! No, this is an easy peasy download.
Yeah, the art style
Brad's
is really
doing
cool.
it right now.
I want to see what it looks like.
The art
It's
style
beautiful.
is kind of interesting.
It's pseudo cell shaded.
Yep.
Yeah,
Reminds me a little bit of like
Oh,
Wind
yeah.
Waker.
Fuck yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
it's cute.
Yeah,
And it's all pastel colors as far as I can tell. It's great.
I do like that aesthetic.
yeah, even like I would say it probably the colors kind of bleed weirdly when you go into bigger open areas. You know, when you start to kind of look out into the distance and you see like mountains and forests and stuff, and it starts to kind of bleed a little bit together.
Sort of like a fog effect, or maybe her vision isn't as good, or
I think it's like a blur effect. I want to say, not necessarily like a fog effect. Obviously,
kinda
draw
like
distance.
It's got it's got its own look, which is cool. Have you met this character, which is a duck?
No, not
Brad's
yet.
obsessed with ducks.
No, not yet.
Look at that duck.
Oh shit!
That's a cool duck.
Yeah.
Does he have a corkscrew penis?
What's a duck?
So yes.
So you're into it?
It's a duck. What do you think it's got down there?
I don't know. Maybe a human penis.
But the reason why,
Walking and talking like a human.
well, if he walks like a human and talks like a human,
Probably has a corkscrew cock.
right?
A cockscrew.
That's what my grandpappy told me.
Dylan, sit here on my knee and let me tell you about a duck's penis.
Back during the war.
Teeny Tina was there.
Okay, Grandpa.
Shlim flam, flim flam, Grandpa. I'm off to flip some dibs.
I'm going to go skibbity some
Skibbity
Ohio.
toilet out of here, guys.
I'm gonna skibbity toilet.
No
out
cap.
Of here.
We're hip.
Kate Blanchett is 20 years old now.
Oh yeah. Well, she's really hot in that
She could be.
trailer.
But
She's just kind of.
there's a lot
mommy
of
to me.
dungeons.
Thor Ragnarok really did something weird to me. It's fine. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Did weird things.
You're the
to a
only
lot
one
of
still
people,
talking about
yeah.
it.
I mean, it did weird things to a lot of people. I'll give you that.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've been playing Elden Ring.
God damn it.
I'm doing another playthrough after beating the DLC. Just wanted to get a refresher.
Sure.
Still loving it.
Yeah. I mean, you have a podcast that I had to ditch about it.
Almost 50 episodes at this point.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
It's almost as
And-
long as Raw Dogs.
No.
It's half.
And Raw Dogs has a lot of extra bonus content. Shout
Yeah,
out to
it's
Patreon.
true. It's true enough.
But besides that, Super Monkey Ball, Banana Rumble. Haven't
Still liking it.
Haven't beat all the levels yet, but I also am not gorging it. I'm kind of just like picking it up here and there and playing a few levels at a time. And it's great. It's fantastic. Are the levels as good as 1? No. Are they as good as 2? No. But they are still better than anything else that's come out since 2. And I'm enjoying my time with it.
Do you think in the future that video game companies are going to purposefully starve us of the entertainment we want and desire just so they can release something and it just blows up in our faces and we all love it? Like,
No.
do you think that's a sales technique? Because it feels like they've done that with Monkey Ball.
Well, Monkey Ball, I think that they released some low quality products because they knew they could get away with it. And
That sucks ass.
they did it so much that they lost the goodwill of people. And the fact now that they had a game that is fantastic, a lot of people didn't even want to look at it.
Yeah.
This sounds like the Sonic the Hedgehog series.
Yeah.
Sonic Frontiers is very fucking good.
Yep.
And
And no one
Sonic
cared about it.
Yeah, I know. Sonic Superstars is very good. I would say that it has better level design than
Problem is with
fucking Sonic
when you've had
1
30
or 2
turds
or 3.
between that.
I know.
Rise of the Lyric, Sonic Boom,
The Rise
Sonic
of-
06.
Sonic 3's trailer or Sonic 3's movie is coming soon.
It's got Shadow in it.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, yeah.
A
Much
little
like the cat from Keanu.
a little on the nose.
I like it.
I still like it. I would have
No.
preferred Hayden Christensen, I think.
And I want him to talk like this, Master.
I heard that Kate Blanchett's playing Shadow.
God, that'd be
No,
so
she's playing Big the Cat.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, dude, I would find.
Dude, your horniness for Big the Cat would be so confusing.
I don't know, man. I
want to go fishing.
want to go fishing, Sonic.
I will do it.
Yes, let's get on the boat.
Yeah.
Can you fit?
Besides that, I've been thinking about what I'm playing next. And I have Spider-Man 2. I'm thinking about that. I have Alan Wake 2.
Burning a hole in your pocket.
Thinking about that.
Control. Do that one first.
Final Fantasy 12. I want to play the Switch version of that because
Zodiac.
I believe 12 will be what we cover in 3 months or whatever for Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
What's
Jesus,
nice
we're
about
already
Final
there.
Fantasy 12 is that Gambit system. I still wish they incorporated that more in games where you can actually just like set the
Honestly.
combat.
The Gambit system should have been integrated into 7 Remake and Rebirth. We've talked about
It
that.
should
Yeah.
it should have, but I like the fact that you switch between the characters quickly and it's
Yeah.
actually extremely fluid.
But if you could even like minimize switching between that to like have Barrett use a potion, have
so
Tifa do this.
you know what's funny?
Yeah, you could set all that. Yeah,
The developers of the new Dragon Age game, they said that you cannot control any of your companion characters.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it'd be too complicated. And then I'm just like, Final Fantasy VII.
You're just like showing a million instances where it worked perfectly.
Where
That's why
Baldur's Gate.
I didn't understand that comment. I'm like, complicated.
it's not complicated. They're just trying to dumb shit down because they realize that the average person is actually just too stupid at playing video games to learn a new thing.
And I want to play Skyrim VR.
I do too. I can't right now.
I have it. I played through it like for 5 hours and was blown away by it, but it's just one of those things where it didn't click, and I think I'm ready to play Skyrim for the very last time in my life, and it'll be a VR run.
Did you guys see that Skyrim video of the Gen Z language?
No.
I'm gonna have to show you guys. Yeah, it was like the opening to Skyrim, but like someone AI'd everybody's voice to talk like a Gen Alpha, like skibbity toilet douchebag.
Oh,
It's so awful.
that makes me sick to my stomach.
Like listening to it, it all makes sense. It's all
Yeah.
like they literally maintain the same conversation, but all of a sudden it's like, you know,
I read an article about how parents are getting very upset that they literally can't understand a word that their kids are saying.
yeah.
So there are currently
Dad, what's wrong with his aura?
there are currently people that are 18 years old that were born after Oblivion's release date.
Yeah, none of this bodes well for me.
It's weird. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. Thinking about what I'm playing next and just finishing a run on Elden Ring, which I am very much enjoying, but I'm ready for a new game.
One of my closest friends adopted 2 kids.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're like 6 and 8. And I'm going to meet them soon. And apparently I'm going to be Uncle Dylan.
Awesome.
Which
Uncle
is cool.
Dylan.
Because I do have actual siblings. It just doesn't matter to me. But I worry because like those kids love fucking phones so bad. And these kids are from, oh my God, Granada. And they have never had access to like smartphones or whatever. And now like they let them play Pokemon Go for the first time in like an airport. And apparently it's all hell breaking loose. Like the brain immediately latches onto that shit as a child. And you're just like, gotta have it. Like it's like dope.
That's
What do you
scary.
mean I can't play it right now? I'm not going to bed.
Man,
It's
that's scary.
exactly. That freaks me the fuck out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, do you give, I don't want to get into parenting.
I know there's limits, obviously limit setting.
Screen time.
There's
and-
screen time.
yeah.
There's even like what kind of cell phone do you give them? Like I know there's I think even like some data I was reading that experts don't say you should have like a smartphone until you're in high school
I would agree.
when you can like actually responsibly understand social media.
But then what are parents going to do when they just want a break? Put them in the babysitter. Give them the iPad.
Oh, I see kids watching Peppa
know,
Pig in the grocery store.
They can read a book.
Come on. What are they going to read? Teeny Tina?
Teeny Tina's Adventures in Wonderland.
What, a Tale of Two Cities over here? They're not going to understand his woes.
Dylan, if you don't go as Nightwolf for Halloween, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Oh, I can't fucking get away with that. It's either going to be
Release your animality. Your animality.
Well, first
your
of all,
animality.
Jordan and I already decided that we're going as Smoker and Tashigi from One Piece, and then our dog Beatrice is going to be Luffy.
How about this? We all go as Teeny Tina.
It's great. Can I have the really annoying voice the entire night?
Oh, I'm going to go as Kate Blanchett. It's going to really mess you up.
Kate Blanchett with a
Kevin
beard.
Hart.
You're gonna go as Kevin
Yeah,
Hart,
ignite another controversy.
buddy. I don't think the blackface is working today.
No. Well, what's that guy's face over in Canada? Didn't he do it? He did
Justin
it.
Trudeau.
Yeah, Justin Trudeau, didn't he do
Oh, I
it?
thought you were talking about Drake.
No, that's wheelchair face.
No, that's the other.
Have you been playing any games, Dylan?
that's wheelchair face. That sucks. Okay,
No, it's great, dude. It's good.
it's fine. I've been playing. I've been playing Gran Turismo 7.
What? I haven't heard about this game.
It's really hard to describe how in I am on Gran Turismo as a series. I need to get the wheel. I need the pedals. I have reached an apex where I'm really getting into the F1 portion of it with like the extreme settings.
Yeah.
And I am so down to clown with it. And now the game has actually pushed me to a point where if I want to get further, I have to really get fucking good. They have a place called the Cafe within the game where you order off of menu books like challenges.
Dude, that's so cool because you hear stories about the cars.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
If you get
You've been playing Gran Turismo 7 as well?
I played the fuck out of it when it came out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was my literal existence.
Non-VR or VR?
I've done both.
Okay.
Yeah.
The VR is essential to this gaming experience.
But if you play it in VR with a controller, like it's
hard.
It's hard.
It's
need
more
a
difficult.
steering wheel.
So you can adjust your camera position. You can do like the front of the bumper. You can do inside the car. You can do very close up, right over the top of the car.
Well, to me, you have to do it actually from the first person view, right? Or do you not play it that way?
If I'm playing without the VR, I will go third person.
But if you're playing with the VR, it has to be first person.
It has to be first person but that also creates its own set of limitations and challenges because you're not actually feeling the force of the car behind you as you're driving. Sometimes those turns come up very quick. There are assistant measures that you can have. Like there's a series of red lines that can pop up depending on your speed to tell you to brake and slow down. But what the game really wants you to do is hit the apex of those turns, move in, and also brake within the same like amount of time.
I'm so happy your autism is being weaponized towards
my
car
God.
games right now.
So what you're getting is like they really want you to memorize these tracks. That's essentially the key to any success.
That's the key to real life racing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you get into certain types of cars and different divisions of like their classifications, because there's GR1, GR2, GR3, there's also road car, classic car, there's F1. The F1 I'm still having a ton of trouble with because those cars have the giddy up to like get you around corners super fast, so you're not used to it. And I'm really trying to learn. And so I've been doing a lot of research and I've been learning how to tune my cars from like YouTube videos to kind of give me a cheat.
Now, are you watching Gran Turismo tuning videos?
Gran Turismo tuning.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were watching like real life tuning because I would sure it would kind of translate.
It's got that level of depth.
Yeah,
it does.
Where if you're thinking like brake balance, camber angle of your wheels, even just like tuning your transmission.
And then the ballasts.
Yeah.
Because if you ballast correctly, there are ways to make cars undrivable and there are ways to make cars flip. So like I have I can't remember what it was, a Dodge Charger that I completely maxed out everything. I got all the super kits for it and, the carbon brakes and brake pads and whatever. And it was literally unplayable. I could not take it into a race because it would flip. But the moment you put on a ballast and you push that ballast, because it is it's a front wheel drive car.
The Charger?
Right? Where did I put it?
I think the Challenger's rear wheel drive. I know that much.
Okay, I'm thinking of something else.
So maybe the Charger
it might have been the
front-wheel
Camaro.
drive. Okay. The Camaro's rear wheel drive. I know that much because
Yes,
my
okay.
ZR1, I had problems finding the weight balance.
How many cars are in the game?
A shitload.
A lot.
There are some, so they have to license these cars, and when you license these cars, you have to actually go into the car, photograph everything, because they're putting this all into VR. So when you're sitting in the car, you feel like you're sitting in the car.
Oh my God, it feels so good.
The entire the dash, the wheel, everything feels amazing. In fact,
It feels so good.
they also have concept car races called Visions, and those are the most fun races I've ever done because it's like racing a supercar from the future. And I've got an Audi like e-tron VGT. Oh my God, I love using it. It's an all electric car.
It sounds like to me like you're using names from a fantasy book I've never heard. Like this is
It's just-
Glorbon
yeah.
F-teen.
Well, and then when you get
Team,
further-
how some of them are, yeah.
And he would know. The further you get into the game, you suddenly start learning about refueling and changing your tires mid-race and then doing that strategically and knowing how far your car can get before you have to do that.
Yeah, tire compounds.
Everything,
yeah.
racing, it's hard, medium, light, and the light ones break down easier, so you're going to have less like stamina throughout the entire thing, but you can take turns like a motherfucker, and the hard will last longer, but you can't take turns well.
Out of curiosity, did you get all the licenses?
I am on I'm second to last licensing. I don't know what it gets you.
The last, well, I think what is that? Bronze, silver, gold.
I get bronze on a lot of these things because they really want you to be fucking tight.
Right. Yeah. So like, because the one gripe I always had about Gran Turismo is that in order to compete in certain racing competitions, you have to have a specific license.
Yeah.
And you have to take tests. So like
the
bronze license is like, hit the gas and then stop in 20 meters or whatever like that. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, this is boring. But yeah, once you get to the more advanced ones, they want you to like take these turns in a specific way, complete this, section of the track in like a minute 20 or something like that. So the last one, you're going to have fun with this because this took me forever, was you're basically recreating the, I think the Ford versus Ferrari GT scenario. With that, on a rainy track on Spa.
Do you have intermediate wheels?
No.
So you have what type of racing tire do you have for that?
I want to say it's probably bald tires. I feel because I think they're
racing soft maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But you're racing on. I mean, the track itself is wet.
Okay.
and
which is
like,
always a pain in the ass.
Yeah, and like anytime you drive by, you see like a little puddle, like and you just go through it. You hydroplane, which you're doing constantly in this track, and you have to be pinpoint precision to finish.
When you replay the track, does the puddles move around, or are they always in the same spot?
No, they can move around.
Yeah, they can move around. Like there's adaptive weather with a lot of these games. So
there are. You can look up the weather radar before you start a race.
I'm sure you need to.
Yes,
you do, especially if some of these races, especially like the World Touring 900s or whatever, the weather can change on a dime because you're playing for 40 minutes, but for one race. But what it's simulating is essentially like 2 hours of racing.
Could you now watch a NASCAR 500 and be engaged the whole time?
I don't know about NASCAR, but I have been watching F1. F1 is, to me, what I consider the pinnacle of racing. I think it takes the most talent. I think also the fact that it's an open like cockpit essentially, and you have to wear the helmets, and it is everything against you. It's the weather. It's more physical. I know that the NASCAR guys have to go through a lot. I understand that, and I understand that it is a sport now. I truly do because
breakdancing's a sport.
Well, yeah, I know that. But I also understand the physical measures you have to go through. It's all precision. It's all timing. It's a lot like archery. It's all about how you maintain yourself and your stamina as you're doing this. And it's something I never appreciated before. But now I'm kind of like horny for it. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, imagine Cate Blanchett in an F1 car.
Woo, that's actually fucking really hot.
What if that could be
I'm gonna draw that.
If that was a content pack where she could be in the passenger seat.
There's no passenger seat in an F1 car, Bradley.
In a different car then. Dylan.
Sure, she can get in my
or she was the flag girl before Vin Diesel starts his car.
She can get in my Lancer Evolution. Fine.
She'll sit in my WRX.
Can you pimp out your car like a Fast and the Furious car and put lights underneath it?
No, you can't. No,
this isn't realistic.
You can put spoilers.
Well, the key to the customization lies in going into your car settings and adjusting gear ratios. And
it's all the nerd shit.
It's literally like, how fast do you want to pull out of this turn? Well, you have to sacrifice your top speed in order to do it.
Have you opened up your hood of your car and looked at things?
Oh, yeah. I know what everything does.
That's an engine.
I'm like, that's an engine.
Yeah.
I know how to, like, I recently built a Lego car, and it's like one of those really nice models. It's the Porsche 911. Nobody calls it the 911 anymore for obvious
I still call it the 911.
Okay. Well, I'm going to call it the 911.
It's okay. Yeah.
People have forgotten about 911.
I never forget.
What's the significance behind 9/11? Did I miss something?
No,
I work with people that were born.
You just have to worry about September 12th.
I work with people that were born after 9/11.
That sucks.
Ooh.
They're like, hey, where do I get that 12-gauge skibbity toilet? And I'm like, no,
you're not a plumber.
I'm like 9/11, dude.
So I've been really trying to learn what this is, and I've also been looking at my car, and I've actually I shouldn't, but I've been doing some small adjustments on my car. Not with the transmission or anything, because you got to remove that shit, but everything else, I'm making sure things are sealed properly. I got this crazy like auto person glue, and I'm looking at it and I'm just like, what's up with that? But my car's running like a fucking Prince now.
There you go.
Let's get into the topic.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's great. This is bad because like both him and I are big nerds for this game. So yeah,
it's strange, but like
I didn't want to cut you off early, but I also
I
we
understand.
change the topic and we just let you talk about cars for the next 40 minutes?
No.
I'm into that too.
No, we will. We'll have a Gran Turismo episode.
I think that'd be a good idea. You'll be there.
That's
Stoy.
fine.
Yes,
because if I have to explain this every single Stoy, you are more than welcome to join us, of course.
So in Mario Kart, you can get like the little caterpillar wheels and you put them on your Bowser car and it changes the race.
It does. It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes it suck more.
Yeah, I always like the little cars.
I like the motorcycle, the little what's that one? It's like looks like a dirt bike, and I put Wario on that.
It is
so
one
his
of the
butt
best
sticks
ones.
out.
he's just basically swallowing the bike hole
Yeah, essentially.
in his butthole.
Our topic for the Dogcast today
Yes.
is diegetic music in gaming. I guess just what are some of our favorite instances, favorite moments of diegetic music. Now, for those that are listening that don't know what diegetic music is, it's music that is heard in universe. It is something the player hears that you are walking through that is actually them and not just something that's like you, the player outside of the game, is hearing. When Link plays the Ocarina in Ocarina of Time,
Correct.
he's actually playing those notes and people can hear it that are in the game.
I'm curious because Stoy, you joined us for this one. I want your top one. What's like your best example of this?
Well, I want to say the first one I thought of was Phoenix Wright.
Ooh, that's good.
And if anybody's ever played the Phoenix Wright games, one of the more popular little lore pieces is the Steel Samurai series, where it's basically just like I think it's a live action, like, samurais fighting each other in like a sci-fi setting or something like that in Neo Old Tokyo. That's the lore in the game. But
so it's like an anime or like one of those what do they call it? Like the Power Rangers.
yeah, this is basically kind of what it is.
Super Sentai.
So
Super Sentai,
like,
thank you.
I mean,
I know more about Japanese culture than you.
It's true.
within the story, the main actor that plays the Steel Samurai gets accused of murder, so you got to save him. But your assistant at the time is such a big Steel Samurai series fan that you ended up changing your ringtone in the game to the Steel Samurai series.
Oh, that's cool.
So they acknowledge it. They're like, wait a minute, is that the Steel Samurai theme? And it's like, oh yeah, that's my phone. Click. It's like, okay. So and that was the first one I thought of, which stuck out to me a lot because when I first played that game like 15 years ago, God, it's that old.
Did you play they didn't come out here on the GBA, correct? They
Yeah,
came out
I
on
got
DS?
it. Yeah, when it came out on the DS, that was the first time I played it. So yeah, that was 15 years ago. But I remember trying to record that and make that my ringtone at the time. It didn't turn out well.
And it was still probably a flip phone.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. You remember when you had to buy ringtones? You guys remember those days?
Oh,
Remember
that
when you could
sucked.
change ringtones?
Yeah.
And they
I-
weren't
Eric
just like
Clapton's-
pre-baked Apple bullshit.
Yeah.
The first thing that jumped in my head immediately when I was thinking about this was BioShock Infinite, a game that is not necessarily the greatest game, can be problematic story-wise many times, But the fucking music in that game, the first time you come around the corner and that barbershop quartet is doing a cover of the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
And they can do a thing where with the time travel fuckiness, they're doing covers of like Tainted Love and they're doing old timey different versions.
I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. Without you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
For me, when that happened in game, I actually just stopped and watched.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird for a game to make me just, completely lose gameplay, completely lose anything. It's just 100% an experience. And I watched them and I waited till they were done and the people clapped and then just fly away.
On their little skyboat.
They also do a cover of Tainted Love, which is amazing. But that's like a real throwaway spot where you just hear like a little gramophone of it. And then, of course, as is tradition, Troy Baker plays a guitar, and he does this like
he does an Appalachian hymn.
Will the circle be unbroken?
Yes,
and wonderful.
It's great. It's beautiful.
The best moments of that game are those moments, in my opinion. But yeah, BioShock Infinite really sticks out to me as a exemplary use of diegetic music.
That one is top of the list because it does something that your like Guardians of the Galaxy could never do, which that's
all diegetic too, which is pretty.
It
really is.
It is technically diegetic, but it's also like a crowd pleaser soundtrack. I don't necessarily like that all the time. I don't like when they're shoving music at me. Like
needle drops.
It's also like it's a movie about Vietnam and suddenly like you're watching sympathy for the fucking devil or Creedence Clearwater.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag.
Exactly.
Dude, Donald Trump played My Heart Will Go On at a rally the other day.
Yeah, from a movie about the Titanic, a sinking ship.
And Celine Dion's like, I don't approve this, but also what? Like that song?
Whew. God damn it.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever played the game Wet?
Wet, I've heard of it and I've never touched it.
That's like Eliza Dushku. Yeah, like basically action.
Eliza Dushku?
Eliza Dushku?
Dushku. Remember her?
I know.
Yeah.
Bring it
Beautiful,
on.
Buffy.
Yeah, she was the lead voice actress of the game.
Oh, hell.
And
Is this what, it's like a GameCube game?
No, this is
it's like a grindhouse
PS3.
Xbox 360 game that came out. It was like, obviously, she has a sword and then she's like dual wielding pistols and stuff like that.
I hear it's actually pretty fun.
It is actually really fun. So there was like one particular scene where you're trying to get out of a bad spot, and like your driver, whatever, comes to pick you up, and like you see the car kind of wheeling through whatever, and then he like peels out, opens the door, and like he's actually playing music in his car, and it's this song. I'm gonna say it's a parody rap song by Asian rap artist called Chinatown Hustler.
Motherfucker, we're back. MSG with the hot track, lyrical ginsu cutting off your nutsack. I feel no pain, I'm insane. Smoke your ass and eat the bowl of chow mein. I'm a genuine Chinatown OG. Original.
Basically, like, yeah, all of a sudden the door opens and this song is blasting. It's like, basically, it's like I think these Chinese rappers that are kind of making fun of themselves and their accents.
I actually do have a question for you, who you're very knowledgeable on this topic.
Oh, thank you.
50 Cent, Blood in the Sand. Is there a lot of diegetic music in it?
No, but literally you can play his entire catalog.
I don't know, but that's not diegetic. But
no,
the characters have to be hearing it and responding to it.
Now, there's a concert at the beginning before they join the war, correct?
Yeah, pretty much. But
that might be diegetic.
Yeah,
that would be diegetic.
Before they join the war.
Yeah, before
they're there for a USO show. Now, we will cover Blood of the Sand at some point.
Hey, man, I'm done here. I'm going to Iraq.
Yeah. Where's my money, Anwar?
You can find me in Iraq.
No, basically, yeah, it just ends with him like dropping the mic, and it's like I think it's just the instrumental, so it's not really a song you can identify.
I want 50 Cent to get a third game, but it's done in the style of Indiana Jones, where he's searching for the lost idol.
Now I hear it's canon that Tony Yayo dies.
Tony Yayo
dies, and I don't remember.
I call him Yayo.
Okay.
I played the game.
Dylan, how about you?
Actually, I've been playing some Red Dead Redemption 2 on my Steam Deck. I got it to work and function well. There is a shitload of in-game songs. The part of diegetic music that I like is when they create something specifically for the thing. And there's this beautiful, it's silly, but one of the first missions you get out of Horseshoe Overlook is to take some of the girls into town to kind of like scope out some easy marks to like rob them. And there's a really funny song all the girls sing when they're on the back of your wagon. And it's kind of like this rowdy, kind of gross, rhyming folk song.
Lady, sing us a song. I got a girl in Berryville. Can't be screwed because she's too damn ill. So I don't go down there no more. There's a blue horse laying outside her door. I had a girl in Valentine. Likes to drink that fancy wine. Blue and her hat was 2 feet tall. Cracking her pants straight for it all.
But like they're singing it on the wagon as you're going, and they're referencing towns that don't exist in real life. But it was a song specifically created for this game.
That's really cool. I vaguely remember that. Yeah,
there's a ton of them. There are folk songs that characters will sing. I think close to Arthur. Oh, spoiler alert! I guess close to Arthur's death.
Oh, dude, everyone dies.
He's got the influenza.
I mean, everyone dies.
You know what?
He dies 3/4 of the way through.
I'm surprised you said Red Dead first, because there's a different game which I would have immediately guessed that you would say.
I can't. Well, here's the thing. I have to give credit to the person who got to it first on the Discord.
And that would be?
That would be, I'm sorry, I can't remember.
I don't remember any. I have some on, you're talking about Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were going to go Assassin's Creed Black Flag first and do the sea shanties.
Well, I was
gonna do Valhalla.
But wait, let's the sea shanties in Assassin's Creed.
Fucking amazing. Actually made me fall in love with sea shanty. The first thing that made me truly fall in love with them. I play the accordion. And one of the things I do when I'm drunk, much to my wife's dismay or pleasure, depending on her mood.
You pleasure her with the accordion?
Audibly, orally.
Hey, ladies love a good accordion player. Let me tell you.
But Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. And I love sea shanties.
What's your favorite sea shanty from the game?
Bully in the Alley.
Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbo now. Sally is the girl that I love dearly. Way, bully in the alley. Sally is the girl that I spliced nearly. Bully down in Shinbo now. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Way, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Bully down in Shinbo now.
Or, you know what?
Too late. You already chose it.
Oh, fine. Fuck it. I've got a few of them. I could do it right now.
That's great. I mean, collecting those sea shanties is the coolest collectible I think Assassin's Creed has ever done.
They're the only worthwhile ones. They're not fucking feathers. You have to chase them.
It's content. You're collecting content.
Yes. And they're not charging you for it. You just have to earn it.
Yeah.
That's what video games should be, turns out. Yeah, I love those. I love that they kind of skip around. There are some that I really don't like, but for the most part, I was always down to clown with my boys singing on the ship.
It will make you happy, Dylan, to know that one of our recent Raw Dogs was flagged in some countries for the use of that Civil War theme song that I put into the episode.
Oh,
what?
It's yeah, Ashokan Legacy or something like that.
I think it's for the Animal Well episode, right?
Yeah.
Yep. It got flagged as some countries like you're stealing content.
Wow.
You were saying...
I don't think Ken Burns would mind.
I mean, it's kind of about Animal World, the Civil War. You were saying something about Valhalla?
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with the sea shanties.
Yeah.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, where
Okay.
like basically you jump on the ship and then you can ask your boat mates to tell a story or sing us a song. And yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
That's cool.
Some guy's on a little like guitar or something like that, or it's not a guitar. I forget what they call it back in those days, but
A bling bling.
A lute.
a bling bling.
the kids are calling
a
it now.
string machine.
A string machine. I like that.
Yeah, so they're just basically singing like folk songs, folk Nordic songs, which is really cool.
Which is really dope.
Actually created by Einar Selvik. I think he's one of the main composers of. I'm a big War Druna fan. I don't know if you have a habit of listening to Viking music.
I
know
like Viking metal.
There's like there's like a genre of like Viking. I don't want to say Viking music, but like traditional folk Nordic music of like guttural singing and
With like the
yeah. Well, that Heilung, what they did that.
I almost saw them in Milwaukee, and I waited too long to buy tickets, and I'm kicking myself about it because they're blowing up right now.
Yeah, like it's kind of like that style, but I want to say they're more the whole like the Christian hating group where it's like, oh my God, they're devil worshipping on the stage. It's like, okay, take it easy.
Also, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Turns out Christians
don't
hate,
yuck their yum.
They hate all other religions, so it's kind of offensive to me that
Also, mostly these are moral people who are just doing a counterculture move against something that is threatening to take over our country.
Yeah.
Speaking of Final Fantasy VIII, yes, Jay was the first one when I brought this topic up on Discord.
Yeah.
And he said eyes on me and then posted a gif of someone getting carried away.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Eyes on Me is insane. It's a leitmotif throughout the entire game. And the way that he changes it up, Nobuo Uematsu, he just fucking nails it at every turn, and it's always accurate. And
It's performed by a character in game.
yes.
Is it in front of like
No. So what happens is in the game you partially play as Laguna in like flashbacks.
Great Beach?
And one of the first missions you have after you're done with it, you go back to this little like saloon bar at this place, and there's a woman named Julia who's playing on the piano.
And Ward and Kiros are like, dude, go talk to her.
yeah. And
I do remember some of this
yes.
game.
And Laguna is like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
What a fucking tool.
I love
Laguna was. Yeah.
Laguna is my favorite Final Fantasy character, period. And he goes up, and eventually they get talking, and then they go back to her hotel room, and he explains how he wants to be a journalist, yada yada. But they never meet up again because the war kind of consumes his life, and everything kind of goes haywire. But in the game, there's a song called "Eyes on Me" that Julia wrote about him that constantly plays during
Laguna
Squall's
is Squall's father,
Laguna is Squall's father.
but
Spoiler
she's not
alert.
Squall's mother. Or is she?
No, Rain is. So eventually Julia marries this general, and they have Renoa, and Renoa joins the resistance. So it's
they
like
were almost-
star-crossed, but it's star-crossed lovers via their children.
Star-crossed siblings.
Not really. No, that's a weird, really
That's a
weird way
yeah. I
of
was gonna
putting
say
it.
I've been watching a lot of House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
stepbrother.
Mommy sex scene. Great.
Par for the course.
It's fine. Whatever.
But Eyes on Me, she performs it about Laguna, and
It's one of her big
made
hit
little
songs.
Dylan cry.
It didn't. Well, I mean, I was 17 when I first played Final Fantasy VIII, so I can't really say that I cried, but I will say that I had that fucking soundtrack, and I can play that on the accordion with my eyes closed. It just doesn't fucking matter.
As if you're never down. Shall I be the one for you? Who pinches you softly but sure? If frown is shown, then I would know that you are no dreamer.
It's a great song. It's a ballad in the vein of like a Celine Dion song, and it's gorgeous and it's beautiful, and it's basically the theme of love throughout the entire game.
And we're going to go ahead and just throw in every other Final Fantasy game right now as well. The opera scene from FF6.
Correct.
Final Fantasy VII, Cloud plays the piano in Tifa's room to get a limit break. FF7 Remake and Rebirth, a shit ton of diegetic music.
Oh, yeah.
Performances, Yuffie sings her own theme song about chocobos.
Melodies of Life from Final Fantasy IX.
Melodies of Life, Final Fantasy IX. FF10, sadly, there is not a real band playing Otherworld in front of Jekt.
But
sadly, that is not real.
But Yuna
FF10
becomes
too,
a singer,
Yuna becomes a pop star.
But she also does sing when she's doing her rituals, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't sing, she dances.
I thought
she
it was
hummed.
implied that she sang.
Yeah.
No, not in the sending.
All right. That's fine.
FF15, the car plays classic Final Fantasy music.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep. Lots of Final Fantasies all over this topic. Claire mentioned Hades, which of course Eurydice and Orpheus.
Yeah.
They sing songs about each other.
I haven't played that in 4 years, so.
Hard Space Shipbreaker is another one she mentioned. Which I don't know this game.
It was on Game Pass for a long time, and it always kind of intrigued me, but I never touched it.
Okay.
I'm intrigued, but I didn't do my homework.
And she mentioned that she owned like the vinyl for it, which
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which makes me curious for sure. Phil mentioned the Ocarina from Zelda, of course.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The Wind Waker.
And he mentioned the piranha plants from Mario Wonder. So when Mario is tripping balls.
Yeah.
That whole game is him tripping balls.
I had the bad trip.
I love Mario Wonder. It's not the same joy that I got from Odyssey, which, fine. But
Another diegetic music in Mario, Luigi's Mansion. When Luigi hums the music
hums the theme,
to
yeah.
himself.
Nier Automata.
Yes.
Become as gods.
Simone.
Yep.
When she's singing her song about in the amusement park.
Yeah.
That's not Become as Gods, though. That's not the name of that song.
No. That one is like The Beauty or something like that. I can't remember what it's called.
In Nier Automata, A Beautiful Song.
There we go.
By Simone. And that's one of those things where I'm not sure how much of it is diegetic because she starts the song off by like wailing and like some deathly like screams of pain.
She's singing throughout the entire thing.
You think she sings the whole song or it's just like starting it and then the orchestra takes over?
But she's singing during it.
Okay.
I believe that has to be true.
I got to make a list of games that I have not played.
Nier Automata is a very
that's definitely
important
one.
game
Yeah.
to the Dogcast.
Yeah,
And fucking
I know.
Become as Gods when all of the enemies you're fighting are just singing.
And they're jumping into lava pits.
I'm
and
getting chills thinking about that right
Become
now.
as gods. I was like, wait, what is going on here? It's worth it. It's worth your time entirely. It's such a great exploration of humanity.
Like I've heard nothing but great things about it, and I have the copy of it. I bought it when it came out. It just for some reason I never stuck with it.
Get the Game of the Yorha edition.
The entire Devil May Cry series, I think, is worth mentioning because a lot of that music, especially like I remember like a couple particular sequences. Like first off, Double Trigger and the opening of Devil May Cry 5. Oh my fucking god!
I still listen to Devil Trigger.
Oh yeah,
it's in my YouTube like rotation.
I listened to it last night thinking about this episode because that was one of the first ones that popped up in my head too.
Hey, honey.
That actually literally gave me chills.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the other ones was the DMC, the prequel to Devil May Cry. I don't know if you guys played that one.
It's not a prequel. It's an alternate universe.
Oh, okay. Because they don't want to count that as part of the lore or something.
It was made by a different studio.
Well, it was made by Ninja Theory.
Fox owned the rights at the time.
Well, no, it was supposed to be a remake in general because they thought the series went stale after 4. So it's a completely new timeline.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, and that just didn't work out.
Then
it sucks because it was
you fight Bill O'Reilly.
It was a good game,
Really?
but
Yeah.
there was like a club scene in there where like the DJ Lilith is playing like this. The band is called Noisa, and I remember like the entire level was like strobing and like going with the beat. It's a really good song, and then the combat is actually like you're timing with the beat too, and everything is pretty cool. And then in Devil May Cry 3 in the beginning, where like shirtless Dante decides to play something on the jukebox.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I prefer him in the cowboy hat.
PS2 Devil May Cry. Oh my god. Where he was trying to play something in the jukebox and it wasn't turning on, so he just hits it and then he plays the song. And
speaking of club music, what's the club in Mass Effect?
God, which one?
That's the right answer to that question.
Yeah, right.
Well, Mass Effect has a lot of diegetic music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
When you go to the club and you go dancing, Shepard is known for his great dance moves.
Yep.
Or great dance moves as well.
They just do this. It's literally
Sometimes
just
the hands are down. Yeah.
Have you seen Saren?
Hey, you ever heard about this guy?
Yeah. You ever hear about the Reapers coming to destroy us all?
Then you punch a journalist and leave the bar.
Yeah. Omega is one I think that had the most like the hardest
It did, yeah.
the hardest techno song I
That
think
was
in that whole.
there was
thing.
more the seedy underbelly type of club.
Yeah.
There's also the Muzak, which plays in the elevator. Mm-hmm. But most importantly, in Mass Effect 2, there's a wonderful character, Mordin,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he sings a whole song to you.
I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian, Asari, and Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I am an expert, which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
About
I am
being
the very model of a...
Scientist Solarian.
Yeah.
An agrarian.
And then he says he won't have sex with me, and I get really sad after that.
oh,
I can't.
He's-
I only
he's married
live
to his
30
work.
years at most.
Flattered. Not into you.
he's married to his work.
I would probably say...
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh, okay.
The Dawn Will Come. The open, like when you leave, your camp and you're with your entire group.
Sure.
Everything is lost, and all of a sudden, someone starts singing "The Dawn Will Come," and then everybody starts singing in unison. Gives
I
you
like
chills.
that.
Gives you chills.
And his home is far. Keep to the stars, the dawn will come. The night is long, and the path is dark. Look to the sky, for one day soon.
Getting chills just thinking about it right now.
I really didn't like that game.
I got one that
Unfortunately.
I'm not sure if you knew about. The Velvet Room in Persona, that is diegetic music when you're inside the Velvet Room.
Is it? Why?
Is it?
The Aria of the Soul is the theme. It's actually playing. According to the pianist Nameless, the song is responsible for opening the soul of whoever is using the room and allowing them to fuse personas. So
That sounds like a thing someone made up later.
well, it's audible to
It's audible to us.
it's audible to the character in the room, which allows them
But
to
there's
fuse
there's no text that like describes that.
I found it on a list of diegetic music on Google.
I mean, I guess it's fine.
Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
Team Rocket hijacked the radio tower as part of their plan to find their missing boss, Giovanni.
In Goldenrod City, yeah, I remember.
The music that plays on all radio broadcasts while they do is the same theme that plays when a rocket grunt challenges you to a battle.
It's true.
I didn't know that.
There's a shitload of these, and as games evolve, I think it just gets more and more.
Conker's Bad Fur Day, Great Mighty Boo.
Great Mighty Pooh. Yep.
Yep.
Elder Scrolls has a ton. There's always someone playing a lute. Hollow Knight has some music that plays over speakers. When you destroy the speakers, the music stops.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Donkey Kong Country, Diddy Kong and Dixie play their instruments.
He's got a fucking boombox, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
The last one that I will mention is Kentucky Route Zero.
Oh, Junebug.
What do you think? Have you guys ever played Jet Set Radio? This just popped in my head.
Yeah.
Fucking love Jet Set Radio.
I want to imagine every song in that soundtrack is diegetic because the way everyone just kind of bops and moves and just grinds to it. I think the entire town is just being inundated with that music.
It has to be. I mean, it's about taking culture.
Yeah.
And thinking rollerblades are cooler than they are.
It's as cool as rollerblades have ever been.
Yeah, I was going to say that was about the pinnacle.
Well, it's the coolest rollerblades will ever be.
Yeah, that was the pinnacle.
Yeah. How are you going to go around in a city on rollerblades when there are little rocks sitting around everywhere? You're just going to trip.
And of course, Fallout games, Grand Theft Auto.
Fallout, yeah.
Now, I'm hesitant to put down licensed music, but I did want to mention Love Fist from Vice City.
Is it true you like my curves? Do you think we look like girls? Would it cause more sexual block if you saw our great big socks?
Because that is original music made for the radio.
Alan Wake 2 has a really great one. It's literally a music video in the game.
Yeah, Old Gods of Asgard.
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah.
Yep. That which ruled
because they were in Control too. I think didn't they have a
yes they did.
They had a music video in Control 2 as well. Yeah.
The DLC leading into Alan Wake 2
right,
because Alan Wake 2 is a sequel to Control.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Insane.
What the hell?
From what I've gathered, you grew up nice and sheltered with mama's pretty stories and your own made-up fury.
And mama gave me a magic clicker. Well, yes, I think it's true and fair to say.
Any other ones we need to mention?
God,
there's a lot. New Donk City, Mario Odyssey,
Brutal Legend. Remember that?
Yeah, the Jack Black
Brutal Legend. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I hesitate to say if that's diegetic or not, but obviously it's themed around like rock stars, like in a fantasy world, and you know, I just remember like going through a large tower defense mode in that game, and listening to Rock of Ages by Def Leppard on loop.
Rock of Ages. I am not a Def Leppard
You're never
fan.
joining my barbershop quartet.
It's fine. I was in key. I was in a lower register, but the same key.
I don't like that key.
Speaking of keys,
it's low key.
Kingdom Hearts, the most recent Kingdom Hearts.
Just the best game ever made.
Melodies of Memory.
Oh my god.
That's all diegetic music.
I guess so.
It's literally a game about diegetic music. It's literally the game about diegetic music.
I hate Kingdom Hearts so much.
Yeah, but have you played it?
Yeah, I beat it.
Ooh, doo, 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 doo.
Boo, 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 boo.
For as much as I really hate Kingdom Hearts, I have a soft spot for Traverse Town.
Yeah,
music.
and Twilight Town. I think it's
God.
Yoko Shimomura. She also did the music for like Mario RPG or Mario and Luigi or something.
Paper Mario.
She's got a good track record.
Oh yeah.
Yes, but last one. Yes, Junebug. Too Late to Love You from Kentucky Route Zero.
Amazing.
That is the most transcendent moment. In
Have you played?
music.
Have you played Kentucky Route Zero?
No,
buddy. It is.
I'm gonna add that to the list. Yeah.
It's not.
It's not a long game. Right?
Well, no, we preface this by saying it's not a video game.
Right.
It is a video game.
It's a piece of narrative art. Is what I would call it, with limited control. You don't have a ton of control in the game.
You do, though, have to make the choice to sell your soul.
Yes.
And I made that choice. And it,
yes.
Yep.
Yep. You sell your soul or you fall apart and die.
Guess I'll die then.
It's
it's
about how you need a job to survive.
My heart was broke.
that note.
No, but I think that diegetic music is the best way because every human, most of them, I would say 97% of all humans really love music. I think there's a 3% that are just like, take it or leave it, which is insane to me.
Insane.
I don't think, I think it's fucking crazy. But I think that the best way to get you into a different universe is to approach you in an audible format. Music is so linked to emotion that it's you can't untether them. People listen to music to feel something when they aren't feeling it.
Yeah.
So I think that it's really cool that
it's cathartic, it's escapist, it's yeah.
And especially when they make their own original songs, which is what I was trying to find more than anything, it brings you into the universe and it makes it feel more real. Become as Gods, weird stuff from Red Dead Redemption 2.
I mean, the opera from FF6 is one of the earlier ones that I could think of that really people are obsessed with.
When you make MIDI sound like people singing, that's kind of crazy.
That was the great thing about the Super Nintendo SFX chip. You could really make it sound good.
Oh my God. And it did it.
I think I remember like the...
I remember Sonic the Hedgehog.
The sound of him eating chili dogs. Man, if only Cate Blanchett was doing it.
Give me Cate Blanchett eating chili dogs.
In a fucking Forenzo Ford G7 with a QTE engine. Come on.
That's pretty hot.
I was going to say, wow. Let me get in
she
that.
Spills it on the seat in VR.
Now that's what I call fully customizable.
And that's what I call fully torqued.
Yeah, brother.
I mean, you don't want full torque. That's crazy.
Never go full torque.
This has been Hair the Dogcast.
I would have to say, I think one last one to put in.
You got to measure your weight ratios before you measure your torque.
Bro, you got to put the ballast all the way in the back.
The ballast.
The more junk in your trunk, the better.
It depends on where the engine is.
That's true. Yeah.
You make me feel
if it's a rear-facing engine, then
y'all make me feel less nerdy.
Great.
The original Telltale series games, like their ending credits always had really impactful songs. Like they
Walking
were like
Dead, yeah.
They were like hand-picked songs
sung by the voice actors, I think, right?
I don't think so.
I think Walking Dead season 1 had that.
Maybe. But I think a lot of them were kind of like handpicked to be special to like that particular episode. So I always thought that was impactful. Every time you finished an episode, you had this like depressing ass song, in the back end where it's just like you just feel awful, and then now you feel even more awful. Music does that to you.
Yeah. Dylan will remember that.
Dylan liked that.
Dylan will remember this.
This has been Hair the Dogcast, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to support us in any way, if you've gotten this far, please write a review or like us or subscribe to our podcast, whatever you listen to. Any of that would help us to beat the algorithm and to get found by more people, or you can just tell your friends. If you were interested in getting access to episodes early, bonus episodes, exclusive podcasts in both our Raw Dogs, Popcorn Dogs, and our Elden Dog series, as well as our after show, Doggies After Dark, check out patreon.com/Hair of the Dogcast. Big thanks to all of our new members. We've had a lot recently, but special thanks to executive producers. We have the names of Ryan Christianik, Kip Kipper, Brian Ward, Jordan Hoff, Phil Wright, Phil Just Phil, Bryant Ross, Kelly Gutowski, Justin Melly, and Imagine Wagons 69420. We appreciate it. It's a mature name.
Okay, no.
Do you know what that means?
Imagine Wagons?
It means double oral, smoke weed every day.
Imagine Babies.
Imagine Babies. The pinnacle of the DS.
I really hate the name Imagine Dragons.
But it's Imagine Oh, you hate the band.
Imagine Dragons. No, they came up with the dumbest hipstery name I've ever heard in
I delivered
life.
pizza to them one time.
Really?
Yeah. And it was before they got big.
Did you imagine them?
Well, I delivered pizza to their room and I said, hey, what are you guys doing? They're like, oh, we're just getting ready for our show tomorrow. And they're playing like a small local venue in Minneapolis. And I'm like, what's your name? And they're like, Imagine Dragons. And I didn't say it, of course, but I'm like, that's a stupid name.
I drove around one of the band
name.
members of Ghost.
That's pretty
cool.
neat, yeah.
Without his mask. And he handed me a Satan dollar. They literally have Satan dollars that they pass out because I was trying to explain.
Can you buy Satan Snickers with it, or is it?
No, it wasn't.
Can't deface money. It's illegal.
They're Swedish, so they don't understand tipping either. So I got this bill, and I was like, "This is great." I can't find it anymore. I really wish I did because it has the character of the Satanic Pope. And I was like, "Hell yeah, man! I saw your show before." And then a guy died in the audience, and
I hate it when that happens.
It had to be postponed.
What a buzz killer.
Thanks again for joining us, Toy.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Always a pleasure.
We'll see
Thank
you
you
soon.
for the invite. Yeah.
Sure will. GT.
Oh, yeah.
GT.
Gran Turismo
Gran
Heaven
Turismo.
is what the episode will be called.
Oh, Brad, I'm going to melt your brain. I'm going to run it.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.